Hello everyone and welcome to the Map Battle Madness, the first and I think also only showdown between two master map makers live working on maps on DungeonFog. Before we meet our two contestants, you can already take a sneak peek at who's going to be here and frantically working at maps for the next 3 hours. Let's just talk a little bit about how this is going to work and what the rules are going to be. So we are going to randomly generate maps, or rather we're going to generate a few things that have to be in the map. So we're going to roll on tables for what kind of map it is, what location is this? Is this underwater? Is this in the mountains? Is this somewhere deep in a cave? What kind of place is this? Is this a palace or a temple or a ruin or both? And then we're also going to look at what alignment the builders have. So is this more like a very logical person, or are there evil people who have built a temple which is probably then not very bright and happy? Well, interpretations are open, but we're going to see how this works out. And then we're going to look at who lives and or lived there. And that is how we're going to start this. And then we are going to have 3 hours of straight map making, or rather, I think our two contestants got into, they're going to hope for this going to be 3 hours of straight map making with no one interfering with them, but that's not how it's going to work out, because we are going to ask them questions, we are going to rip them out of their concentration and talk a little bit to them about what they're doing, how they're working on this, what the interpretation of the themes is, and then every half hour we are going to throw something extra in there, and then we're going to roll on another table and see what random other stuff they have to integrate into the maps that they are working on. And so they will have 5 more things to integrate, and well, then in the end we are going to see who won, not right at the end of the stream, but in a few days' time, because you are going to be the jury. Everyone here and everyone else who then later looks at the video on demand and stumbles across this, you can vote for a few days after this has been finished, and you have to vote on how well the themes have been integrated, how pretty, just pleasing the map looks, and how the different things from the random table that were integrated, how well that worked out. So we are going to send you over to a voting panel after the stream, and then you can look at what Till and Guy have worked on and slaved over and bled and cried probably. Let's see what other bodily functions are going to play into this. And well, vote for your favorite, and then on the 13th we are going to see which of the two have won. So we've got a few rules. There are a few things they are not allowed to use, so to just make sure they don't do any shortcuts. So they are not allowed to basically have aces up their sleeves to just throw in there. So they cannot clone existing maps, they cannot use blueprints, they cannot use ready-made rooms, no templates for props, shapes or something like that, and they cannot use custom assets that they have themselves uploaded. They have to use DungeonFog as is, which is honestly more than enough assets to get lost in, so it will be fine. They will be fine. What they can do is work on layers. Up to 3 layers are allowed, so base layer, 1 below, 1 above, but they don't have to use that. They can use labels to explain things on the map, how it's supposed to work, what the mechanics are, and they can use tokens, but they don't have to. That's just a possibility, and well, if they have time to use them. Good. I think that is all there is. They have to use everything we throw at them. Have to. But how they interpret it is open to them. So if they are very good at bullshitting you, the jury, they might still win, even if it's a little bit, well, threadbare. Okay. Let's meet our contestants. Hello, everyone. Are you ready?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Very good. So, In the red corner, Guy from How to Be a Great GM. Guy, you are our storytelling map maker. You've been working with DungeonFog for years now for lots of different sets and one-shots and campaigns that you've done. So do you have basically a formula that you use to get to a good map pretty straightforward?
I think I do. I think I have worked out all the bugs. And yes, I have done lots and lots and lots and lots of maps. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that I know what I'm doing.
Okay, I hope you're right, because the challenger in the other corner, the blue corner, Till, is, well, he's one of the founders and CEO of DungeonFog, which sounds like cheating to me, honestly.
What? No.
No.
Well, no, honestly, I don't really. I feel like I'm quite nervous tonight, because I know I've seen the maps that Guy does, and he's an old man. He has decades of experience on his old shoulders.
Okay, we're already dissing.
He has more experience. The question is his frail old mind fast enough to respond to all the challenges that you throw at us?
Okay. Just to make sure you don't have any backdoors in the code or anything to sneak some templates or anything else in without us noticing. And you'd probably not say yes even.
No, it's I mean, that's one of the reasons why we're doing this as a live stream, so the audience will always be there and see what we're doing. So there is no chance of cheating here.
Okay, so you say. Good. I want to see a clean fight. No hitting low, no biting, no strangling, no ripping off ears, nothing. Just, I guess you can curse each other out, diss each other, and, well, maybe you can try and... We don't have any rules set up for harassment between our contestants or for third parties intervening. So I don't know if Guy manages to get a hold of Till's spouse for distraction purposes. We're gonna see. No, you're ready? Ready to meet your doom. Very good. Then let's look at our themes. So we are going to roll on 4 tables, and we're going to start off with location. Now, chat, you can do 2 things basically all the time, and especially when we roll on the tables. One of them is, if you've got questions for our contestants, for Guy or Till, you just type in question, all capital, and then the question. And you can basically ask anything that Twitch will allow you to post, and it will be my decision if I hand the questions over to them. And, well, maybe I'm trying to not be biased. Trying to. And then what you also can do, if we roll on the table and you think, nah, that's stupid, or if Till or Guy can convince you that, no, that's stupid, you can ask for re-rolls in chat, just with all capital re-roll. And if it seems convincing to me, like a chanting crowd, we're going to re-roll. Now. This is now, I think everything's clear, everything's explained. Let's roll the die.
Let's roll it.
And it's 12. We're starting off with an island. You don't look happy. But you don't look, well, unhappy either. It's more like I can see the gears are turning. Okay. If anyone in chat wants to complain, this is now your time. Okay. But let's just, well, I'd say we're going to re-roll. There's one re-roll. But there's also people saying islands are fun, nice. Okay. I think we're going to stick with the island. Happy?
Yes, absolutely. Don't re-roll.
There was a question, is there a set map size? As far as I know, no.
No, there is no set map size because we do not know what challenges are coming over the time. So, which means that the map might be expanding over time, and having a set map size might just, again, it's 3 hours, so we're stressed. Having to work all the things that you throw at us, also in a compressed map size, is too much. So no.
We also, just to add on that, we're starting on the base starting size of 15 by 15 grid, and we will expand out from there.
Okay. One thing, there's been more people asking for a reroll, or rather asking for a combination. So I'm just going to roll another die. And how does a desert island sound to you?
Oh,
I'm not going to say anything. I want to see Guy's reaction. Then I'm going to tell you what I think.
I don't know. Guy seems excited, but this might just be the adrenaline.
I was excited with water. My water technique is I had to do a tutorial on how I do water in DungeonFog. But
you will have water. An island, a desert island. So you can interpret that as, well, I'm not trying to do your job here, but that could be a mesa in the desert, but it could also be an island that is just very, well, dry.
Yeah.
Can you work with that? Are we going
Of course we can. That's the challenge.
Also, chat says that is very on point because Dune. It's the Dune. It's the Dune month.
Period. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, very good. So let's look at the function. What happens on the island, or rather, what was built on the island? Why is it there? An 11, a zoo.
Reroll.
Reroll. Okay, both of them want to reroll. Okay, chat. Let us hear.
Now we're going to learn whether or not the chat is sadistic.
Yes, does the chat like us or not?
Okay, by right now, the chat is undecided between yes, keep it, please keep it, and we need a sandworm in the middle. And reroll. Okay. Keep.
Oh no.
No zoo, reroll.
Yes,
We're not doing an actual head count here. Okay, I'm giving you a reroll.
Yes.
And it's a temple.
Oh.
Well, if it was up to me to decide, I'd say extra points if the temple has zoo elements, but we'll see what the random table drops into this after half an hour. Okay. So we have a desert island temple.
Okay.
Then let's look at the alignment. What is your personal alignment? How would you describe yourself?
In real life or in game terms?
In real life.
Oh, then I'm lawful good.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think chaotic good, probably, personally.
That's more realistic. And your map will be lawful neutral. A lawful neutral temple. I kind of get the feeling that your chat doesn't believe Guy either, that he's lawful good. Oh, yes, yeah, that absolutely helps. The innocent look.
Yeah.
Reroll. Boring, reroll.
Boring.
Reroll. Okay, there's a pretty reroll Guy's answer. It's my favorite. Okay, I'm giving you a reroll. Let's look at 7. That's chaotic good. That would be Till. How are we feeling about chaotic good?
Chaotic good is good.
We're going to stick with chaotic good. And my die went off the map.
Chaotic good. I think that sounds fine.
Okay. Last thing. There was my German accent suddenly rearing its ugly head. Last thing is the species we are going to. Well, who are still living there or who built it. That is open to interpretation.
Yes, that's open to interpretation. I think the idea was that it is kind of the habitat of, but it's open to us to decide.
Okay. Tiny folk. So we have a desert island temple of chaotic, good, tiny people.
That whole thing went south so much faster than I anticipated.
I kind of imagine the miniature landscapes.
Yeah.
In this desert temple, which may also have been a zoo. Okay. There are no calls for rerolls, I think because people like to see you suffer. So that's how we're going to work. It is a desert island temple of chaotic, good, tiny folk. Are you ready?
Oh my god. It would be a lie to say yes, but let's do this.
Okay. So this is the timer of doom, which is counting down. And we are going to start it now. So 3 hours. And I think our contestants are off. I hope they are off working on their maps, because now every minute counts. And thank you, chat, also for helping with the rerolls and making sure that it's an actual challenge and not just a breeze through. So, Guy, who would be happy to do anything with water, underwater, or whatever, will have to get some desert graphics into his map. Okay, we have everything set up, and I can already see I can spy that they have set up their maps. And we are going over to look at those. Please go to the split layout, Till.
I am.
Perfect. So the map Battle Madness is off to a green start. So as you can see, like everyone, they start off with an empty map. I can see Till has already sized up quite a bit. Guy has done the same, but I don't think as much as Till did. But now Guy is already drawing. He's just using shapes and doodling away at what might be a running gnome with a big backpack or the outline of the island. Or one of those two things. Or probably both. So this is there's already something happening. I'm not sure what Till is doing. Till, what are you doing? Are you working on structuring your assets?
Yes, I'm currently structuring my layout, which means I'm going to, before I start working with it, I really need to get an understanding of the sizes. So I'm going to use something what I would call a layout layer that I'm going to delete later when I'm not going to need it anymore. Mm-hmm. Where I'm going to doodle the rough shapes of what I'm doing, and then hopefully have an understanding of where this is going and if I need a bigger map or smaller map. So that's what I'm currently doing. And I really need to work my head around what is a desert island temple of chaotic good tiny folk going to do as a battle map. So this is the challenge for me right now.
Right now, it sounds more like a pun. Tiny, chaotic good people built a temple on a desert island. What happened next? So you need to find out what happened next to tell us a story with your map. And you're not worried that you're still just kind of thinking and not doing while Gaia is already... I don't know.
Yeah, come on, throw it at me.
Yes,
I can't see what Guy's doing, so I have no idea. Yes. I'm trying to keep cool at the moment. I think a too fast head start is probably bad, and I will regret it later. So I'm trying to be rather slow and give it a slow start.
Okay. I can throw things in from the chat as I like to, and I'm going to give you a helpful hint from the chat that says there are different kind of deserts. Not all of them are just sand and hot. So, as for interpretation. And, well, chat. You're already happy helping out and asking questions, looking at what the challenge is. So a desert island with a temple that might have been a zoo of chaotic, good, tiny people. What would you do with that kind of rules? Do you have any spontaneous ideas that you want to share with us? Because I'm still stumped and at the point where I say, well, it sounds like miniature land to me. And then kind of in my mind's eye, I see basically the one of the ending scenes of Hot Fuzz with people fighting in a miniature village, in a model village, and getting impaled on the spikes of a tiny church and things like that. But if you have any ideas or anything I might throw at our contestants, just let me know. I've got an eye on the chat. So, Svelemeister says, the guy is almost done.
Oh, no, I don't want to hear such things.
Guy, you said you have your process, and I see you're working on this, but where did the gnome shape go? You're not happy with the shape of your island as it was?
I always start by planning out my layout first, and so that's what I'm doing right now. Is just redefining the shape as I need to. I know we've got 5 challenges coming up, so I need to be aware that I need 5 spaces, but I don't want to just have it look like they've just been glued on. So I'm trying to design a basic idea, but because I'm going to go with a water theme because I love doing water in DungeonFog. I want to make sure that I have got plenty of water as well. So that's what I'm currently kind of trying to just establish very quickly is what the layout is going to be. And I want it's an island, but I wanted to have an interesting shape. That squash gnome, when I heard you talk about it as a squash gnome, I went, that's not a bad idea, but no, I can't do a squash gnome. So,
I'm actually sad because for some reason I love cheesy maps where something is hidden in the shapes.
Yes, no, absolutely, and it can be very fun to try and find those things as well. But we only have 3 hours, so yeah. And what's interesting is that, yes, it's a temple, but the island component changes how changes how I think of things anyway. Because it's like, okay, you need to include certain things, and is it more about the geography around the temple than the actual temple? So many questions and so little time. But I'm also being quite ambitious too in terms of the scale of this map, because I think that's it's doable. I think it's doable. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, I'm just so nervous about this the next 5 things, because as you were reading them out, I was just listening and going, okay, cool. I can do that. I can do that. So I've got my notes here on what I want to try and do. But it is a question of do I have enough time for that? So, yes. Sorry if I'm not giving you any more information than...
No. I totally understand. You have a lot of space to fill, and you need to plan ahead with space, how to integrate everything and how to do it.
Exactly.
Okay. So, and also, chat, Till and Guy are not looking at the chat. They're not allowed to see what you throw at them.
Killing me! It's killing me. I wish I could.
Yeah, that's terrible.
There's so much inspiration out there. It's like, I want to know. Tell me now.
And they're not looking at what the other one is doing. And okay. So this will be very interesting for me to see who does what and how different you're going to work on this. Okay. We have been going for a few minutes now, so what I'm going to do is zoom in on what Till is doing for a second, if that's okay with you. So
Yes,
Till,
of course.
if you go to exactly to the visit screen, we are going to take a look at this, what you're doing. So everyone can look at the marvelous, beautiful blob you've created so far.
No, I think I've made a complete mistake on the beginning, because I was actually, it was extremely limiting to think about the shape of the island before I really know what I'm going to build as a temple, because it's a lot easier to expand the map later and do island components around them than doing the island first and then trying to squeeze everything in there, because that might be a terrible mistake. And I think Guy's not hearing me at the moment, so I can say that I'm pretty sure Guy's doing that mistake, and I'm trying to avoid it right now.
Okay, so you're just guessing at what Guy is doing wrong, and what you.
Well, he has been talking about, or you have been talking about the shapes, the squashed, and I did the same thing. I was trying to picture kind of things that I could do with the island, but then I realized it's not really, the island is just one thing. What I want to do is I want to have the temple and then put it on an island, which is much easier if I start with the temple.
Okay, so first the building, then the island.
Yes. So what I did was I just kicked off with a bit of inspiration, dropping stuff here. By the way, I also wanted to reduce this a little bit.
Whatever that is.
Yes, I'm not. Oh yeah, Guy can't hear me. So I'm working on the grid.
Okay.
So I'm just starting to build together. Oh no, that I didn't want to do.
Oh yes, as Till said, if we're going on the one-on-ones, and they are not listening to each other, they are not seeing what everyone else is doing. So
I'm currently kind of prototyping, which means that I'm working myself into the theme, where I say, okay, how are the walls looking like? I think that might be good. The floor is way too intense, so I'm going to change that to, let's say, sand and pebbles. No, sand and pebbles is not great.
By the way, I have a question from chat for you. The question is, who's the better map maker, and why is it Till?
I'm not sure if we will find out today who's the better map maker.
And we'll find out on the 30th.
Yes,
what the audience thinks about who's the better map maker.
Again, I can only repeat. I mean, I know my strength is that this is my tool, and I've been developing it, and I've been making a lot of maps over the past years. But I mean, I think one of Guy's biggest strengths is that he's a really experienced game master and so fast to adapt. Like I was watching his face when you threw down the challenges or the location and so on, and he was like, I felt like he already had an idea of what to do while I was still trying to find out what I really want to do. We will see. I could picture Guy winning just because he's really good at what he does.
That is such a sport answer. Well, we lost because the other ones were better. Okay, but which is probably true. So we're going to see on the 30th. We're going to have the official crowning of the King of Map Challenges. Oh, I don't know, what's the official title?
Champion of the Map Battle Madness.
Champion of the Map Battle Madness. And, well, I don't think we're going to have a giant golden belt or something like that, but it would be nice.
We will see.
With the small map engraved on your belly, the winning map. Let's see. The chat says Map King or Fog Master would be nice.
The Fog Master.
The Fog Master. Okay.
I like that.
Then I'm going to throw something in there that the chat asked. It's just a quick. What deity is the temple built for or dedicated to. So this is not a question that I want an answer to. I'm just throwing that in there as a, well, what kind of deity to think about, to ruminate for you to build. I'd say let's switch over to Guy, because the next question is, where's Guy? So, Guy, if you would go into your visit mode for a quick second.
I'm in there.
Very good. I have so many different layers, so many scenes. There we are. So, Guy, it's still looking pretty green, your desert island, Guy.
I made such a big mistake. I was too eager to get started, and so I have lost some time. I will raise my hand and say that, so that could be a problem. I hope not. But
okay, it looks complicated what you did there.
Yeah, I'm just no, that didn't work. So I have got my basic design that I quite like, and I made my group here, and I just need it to be slightly smaller. So I'm just I've decided that my island is going to have a ring of cliffs all the way around it. It doesn't look very pretty at the moment, but it will look better once I have finished working with these layers, I'm hoping. But like I said, I think I have made a tactical error, which I hope to correct before it's too late. I don't know. I'll see. Next question.
Next question. My next question would be for myself. For what reason? Obviously, I kind of botched the alignment.
No. So what I did was
I botched something in the layout. So this looks better. I think. For some reason, the sizes don't match up. Which is weird, because we spent quite some time to make sure they do. Well, I've been warned that working with Guy means that there will be gremlins, so I'm blaming it on the gremlins. So this looks better.
Yes.
Okay. Because people in the stream could still see kind of like half an inch of Tilt's map at the bottom, which was weird. Okay, so now we have 2 rings of cliffs, and you are walking on the tiny island off to the side. So is this stacking tool your usual formula to your workflow, or have you already started to improvise?
No, this is my usual process when you are designing a building for an area. So in our particular case, the defining factor is that it is a desert island. Whether it's a normal desert island or a regular desert island, or however you interpret that, doesn't actually matter. What is important is that the location is going to inform your building. So putting your building down first is going to mean that your geography is suddenly being informed by your building, which sometimes happens. We've moved lots of earth before just because of a building, but I think that putting your landscape down first gives you much more interesting building shapes, because you're then forced to build around the geography, which is what the builders would have to do. So it creates more natural looking buildings, I think. So yeah, that's my general approach. I don't know what Till does, whether he starts the other way around or not, but
I can just tell you that you have different approaches to this.
Right.
let's put it like that.
Yeah. So I'm also trying to work as neatly as I can with my stack here. So I've got my group starting to form, so I can duplicate layers and that sort of thing. But the mistake that I have made is that my cunning secret plan is to have a central pool in the middle of this island, and that's why they built the temple around the pool. So I needed to create like this cave system so that I could have the 2 layers in there. Hopefully to create that illusion. But let's just see. The thing that's throwing me at the moment is the tiny. And I have a plan, which I think will be.
Is it a cunning plan?
It actually is. I actually think it's a cunning plan, and I'm going to be very interested to see what Till comes up with, because it's my cunning plan is informed by the Zulu Empire, and that's all that I'm going to say.
Okay, so your roots.
Yeah, looking back at
basically working into this because you grew up in South Africa.
Correct. So I think that's where my inspiration is coming from for this design. So I don't know where Till's is coming from. I hope he has some inspiration.
Probably not from Zulu nations.
No, probably not.
But that would be quite a coincidence.
It would be amazing.
But
absolutely amazing. Now, I've just realized I have an opportunity here, which I've just realized I need to take advantage of. So this is actually something that I'm doing differently, I will admit, is that normally the way I would have done this would be to have built rooms and designed rooms instead of doing it the way that I'm doing now. But because I love the path tool, not the path tool, the shape tool and the brush tool, I think I can get away with it.
Okay.
I'm creating rooms without using rooms, basically.
Talking about tools, the question from chat is, which tool is your favorite to abuse? So is that the brush tool?
Isn't that a personal question?
And let's just stick to the map making aspect of the question.
Well, yeah. No, my favorite one has got to be the brush tool. It just gives you so much power and so much flexibility. It's the step that brings your map to life. It really is. It just gives you so much control over how your map looks, and I think it is definitely my favorite one.
Okay. So the brush tool. Actually, I'm kind of surprised how well this works out with all the cliff assets. So I think I'm going to let you put her along, and we're going back, if it's all right with you, into the split screen version.
Sure.
And then we're going to look at how that works out. What is our timer telling us? You've already been working for 22 minutes.
What?
Oh, no.
Yes. So you have 8 minutes until the first thing that we're going to randomly throw at you.
Oh my God. Who decided we're going to do this?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Whose idea was it?
I don't know. I feel like it must have been Guy's fault.
No.
Okay, no one is coming forward.
No, I deny it.
Okay. So, chat, as you can see, Guy and Till have quite different approaches. I can see that Till is going for something that I've already seen him doing in our sessions in Words and How to Use Them, to just go a little bit wild on the shapes and the geometric shapes of a building. So this reminds a little bit on when we were working on a crypt, Till, all these nice curves and complex shapes. So
yes, I'm going to, in a one-on-one, I'm going to tell you what the thought process is on this one.
When Guy can't listen in.
When Guy can't listen in.
Okay. But as you can see, everyone, they are busy map-making bees right now, working, trying to find something that works shape-wise, building-wise. And it's, for me, it's absolutely fascinating to see how different this turns out from the same seeds. That's why I'm a huge fan of random tables, if they were done. And it seems like these random tables have just set off creativity in completely different directions. But everything is coming along nicely. So, Till, if you want to go into a 101,
Yes.
then please go to your face camera. I'm just going I'm just going to.
Yes, cut out his time.
No!
Yes, just for a few minutes. Then it's your turn, Guy. So, Guy, we're switching your audio off for a second and going to Till. So, Till.
Yes.
You have some rooms set up, and otherwise it's still looking pretty empty. So, what is the thought process behind what you're doing?
Okay, so we have a desert island, which I think. I mean, I was so close to, because the chat said a desert doesn't have to be a desert, to do something, and I might still do it later if I feel like it's going nowhere, to do something Arctic, where it's kind of a snow desert, an ice desert. But for now, because I'm just overwhelmed with all the things that are happening right now, I said, okay, let's stick with the general layout of a desert island. So something that is, let's say, on a Caribbean island, very dry, but surrounded with seawater. For the structure, for the layout itself, I got myself inspired by having something that let's say the inhabitants of that island, which apparently are tiny folk, they are worshipping animal gods. And by worshipping animal gods, they are building a zoo-like temple area where they can.
So you got the zoo in there.
I'm doing my best to get the zoo in there. And since they're chaotic good, which means is they're not worshipping, they're not sacrificing their animals. They might put up here and there probably ritualistic fighting, where one deity animal is fighting the other one. So they might need something like a little arena where the fight takes place.
That sounds pretty unfair to the god of frogs compared to the god of hyenas. But, well...
If it's a frogamoth...
of course, we are looking at a fantasy thing, which is just so basically ingrained into this thing that we didn't mention that this is, of course, it's a fantasy setting.
Yes, we completely forgot to mention it. But yes, we kind of both agreed, Guy and I both agreed to say, okay, let's stick with fantasy, because it's if we leave the theme open, it would get too weird and hard to compare for the jury afterwards. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to work my head around how would a probably Caribbean tiny folk that are worshipping animal gods would build a temple that they come to on their canoes to do some ritualistic worshipping and probably fighting. Which means that we're building a battle map. So for some reason, the players should go there. And there might be something they need to extract, or there might be something where they need to calm the god. And probably they are the next sacrifice where they have to fight. So this is my thought process for now.
Okay. I'll leave you to your thought process, because we only have 2.5 minutes. And now I'm going to poke Guy. I'm just going to ping Guy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Very good. If you would go into your one-on-one chat mode. Very good. There we have 2 minutes left until we go to the random table. So,
Can I carry on working whilst I'm answering these questions?
If you can do both at the same time.
Of course.
Oh, that's something I should have offered Till too.
What a pity. Oh, well, shame. Better luck next time.
I'm going to tell him next time. But maybe I can just get you so busy that you can't concentrate on that. So, tell me, I've been seeing you filling things in already with different ground versions. So are there going to more tiers to your island? And do you already have a plan where you want to put this temple? Because right now, I don't see anything just Right. This is more Scannic Michael than Desert Island Zoo Temple.
Yes. So the big trick when Till can't hear me, right?
He should be able to. Yes.
So
Gremlins. We don't know.
No.
But I guess if you say something outrageous and he reacts, we know that for some reason he can hear you.
The big trick with doing water in DungeonFog is to get it to look absolutely right. You really want to have your under the layer correct first, because otherwise you won't be able to judge correctly on how your layering is working. So I'm very, very quickly, I'm hoping to have this done in the next 10 minutes or so to have this layering done. So this is my seabed. So this is all underwater. This is going to be an underwater cave. This central area, well, you can't see it, but there's a central pool that people will be able to look into, and then I'm going to populate this underwater stuff with additional things. So,
and ding, 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 we've got half an hour reached. You can finish the sentence. I just wanted to say we are going to roll on the random table in a few seconds. So you are finishing your layers, and all that we've seen so far is going to be in underwater setting, and then.
Correct.
Okay, interesting. Let's see if we can throw a wrench. Let's throw a wrench. Oh, no, let's throw a wrench into your plans. Okay, everyone go back to your side-by-side screens, into your split screen setup. And so this is where we are right now, just so that everyone in chat knows what's going on and what's happening. And now we're going to our random theme.
Oh no, we are already going there.
Oh yeah, sorry, you need your one-on-one.
No. I'm just worried.
Layouts.
I'm just worried about the time. Like, this is half an hour has
you're
already passed, and I'm still struggling.
Can you go to your,
I'm sorry.
your camera? I'm sorry. I should have said it.
I was so focused on what I'm doing here. And now I've lost where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, as you can see, this is a D20 roll, and we're going to roll on this 5 times. You can ask for rerolls. And we're going to do rerolls if we get something twice. Are we? Or
yes.
Are they going to be too sophisticated trap things?
I think if we have the same roll, just it's up to you. You're the referee. You can decide what you want to do with that.
Okay, good. So let's roll. Oh no, that was a D12. That's not going to help us a lot. This is a D20. And it says 11. So your desert island with a temple of tiny chaotic good folk is also inhabited by someone else.
Someone else. Jesus.
Chat can vote for something. I mean, that's boring. It's little folk. What is it inhabited by someone else? Come on, chat, help us out here. What is this?
Well, right now the chat is still thinking about whether wrench or wench is a good medieval game show. So let's wait for a second.
Come on, chat. Focus.
Okay, there's one person asking for a reroll, but so far it's people are going like, inhabited by giant folk or one fat giant.
It's Gulliver. It's like
Gulliver's, yeah.
Okay. Reroll, keep. No, it's okay. I guess that's a keep too. Keep. Okay, no, people want you to keep it because they see you suffering and they like it, I guess.
I must remember this. No reaction next time, Jedi face.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are no map problems. Someone else.
Yes. There are no map problems. There's only the Force. Okay. So, let's look at the time. We are at 2:26, 38, 37, 36.
Oh, no! Evil person. You have to count down every second.
Well, not for the entirety of 2 hours, 26 minutes and 26 seconds. 23, 22.
For some...
Oh, am I stressing you out? Is this a problem?
This is terrible.
Okay. Very good. If you're okay, I will leave you to this for a second. Please go into your split mode again.
Oh, yes, sure.
Very good. And I am going to disappear just for a second. Sound is open for the both of you, so you can talk with each other, and I'll be back. I'm just going to get drunk real quick.
Oh, I think this is the first time I actually look over at what Guy is doing, and oh no, you're working with your cliff techniques, huh?
What are you doing?
Interesting.
Oh,
interesting
you
that
started
I've also start working with cliffs. I don't know why. It's interesting.
Well, cliffs are fun.
I already have a temple there. You just have rocks.
Yeah, and I notice your little octagonal shaped thing with circles. I like it. I won't lie. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
But is that it?
No. I'm just, again, I feel like it will take another hour until I'm really happy with the layout, which means that I will be running out of time. I can predict that already. My best advice for you, if you ever want to win this, is
keep it small.
Keep it small, or just be faster than me, because I will definitely get stressed at the end because I'm.
Well, my problem is I'm at 50 by 50.
Yes, I think I am at 50 by 50. Yes, already the same.
Both either crazy or brilliant. Either. Well, this inhabited by someone else. This is throwing me, Till.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I can't tell you because I've already in the 101. I have opened my concept, which is currently missing on the map because I don't know how to work that in. But now I know how to work that in. Okay,
that's my problem. I don't know how to work it in.
It's perfect. I think it works perfect. I'm just afraid of the other challenges that might be coming.
I have no idea. I'm. This is the first time now I'm actually altering the map.
And it's not going to be the last time. I had completely different map. I have been reworking it twice now.
Well, I completely forgot one of the steps that I wanted to take. And so I'm now making rooms without using the room template. Well, without using the room tool. Because otherwise I'd have to start again and I can't waste that time.
Don't forget to save, by the way.
Yeah.
I just remembered the same thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Now this is not going to end well. Now I'm at 60 times 50.
Well, I had my original plan. What do you, I want to ask you for advice. It's like, well, what would you do in this instance? What would you do in that instance? And now I realize.
Yeah, I can give you advice if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think I've made a mistake. Oh yes. No. Don't say yes if I'm, no. Shit. I mistyped. Now I have a map size of 110 times 50.
Wow.
And I think I need to reduce by 50 now.
Yes,
that works. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. What is this? This is. I've been trying to keep my layers as in good a shape as possible. Not my layers, my folders. But I've never been good at that. So, okay.
Oh, I think Mháire forgot to mute herself.
I think so too. I'm hearing things. I'm like, I hope that's not my kitchen burning down or whatever is going on in the background, because if it is, it's too bad. I think, can I do that? Yes, I did. You know how strange it is for me not being able to see chat.
Yes, that's true. Also, because when I'm running my Thursday streams, I usually have the chat to kind of play with.
Yes, and to draw inspiration from as well.
Exactly. And it's crippling.
I wonder how I should do that. Yeah, okay. All right, save.
Also,
what color palette are you going with? Desert, I suppose. Are you doing traditional desert? I'll be honest with you, I am.
Yes, at least I started with desert, and I just realized that I said I'm going to do a layout layer where I'm planning everything, and now I'm working on my layout layer. Terrible mistake.
I did the exact same thing. I was like, oh, that's not supposed to be the shape. But I can't stop.
Incredibly stupid what I did here. I think I'm going to clean that up because it's going to bite my arse in a second. Well, so this is going to be...
Oh no, these are all outside. Pool cliffs. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have to just live with that. Inhabited by someone else. Do you know how difficult that is going to be? Well, I have a plan.
Did you miss me?
Yes. Yes, we did.
I just came back hearing you. We will have to work with that, which sounded very somber. What is the problem? What are you working on?
Oh, just some issues, but nothing major. We're okay here. Everything is fine. Here.
Yeah. Pretend.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The sting is very loud. I have already. I'm just going to blame this on Till because all the essays, of course, are by Till, and it's. Everything that you gave me is very loud. And I tried to already tone it down, literally, but it seems like there's still a problem. Okay, I can see that the Till is already also going for the cliff look. Very interesting.
Quick question, Your Honor, Majesty,
yes.
Judgenessness.
Yes, go on.
Are we allowed to use the achievement reward props? Because I think both Till and I have those.
If you both have them... I'd say yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Very good. So I just want this to be a fair fight. So if you both have those assets, you can. I see what you mean. Okay, very nice. You're getting quite some work out of that asset. Okay. By the way. If you hear noises in the background, the reason is that I'm very sorry, but I do have a puppy.
It sounds like a Great Dane.
No, actually, he's a 9 kilo tiny, still tiny, but he's going to get big, half golden retriever, half Australian shepherd mix, but. He's not very happy that that one of his humans right now is not giving him the time of the day. So just apologizing for any puppy-related noises in the background, but usually he calms down after a moment. Okay. So... I think it's time for a little bit more one-on-one harassment of our two contestants.
Start with Guy.
No. Stick with Till.
Okay. You know what? I'm just giving myself a little bit of time to think about who I want to start with, or asking the chat. And what we are going to do is look at a commercial. Because we're going to take a quick look at a DungeonFog commercial that you did for your anniversary last year, right, Tim?
Yes, last year. It was our anniversary last year. So keep an eye out for this year.
Okay. Well, let's see if it's going to be as complicated and as cool as this one.
Over there!
We can't let him get away!
Too late, fool! You will not escape! Us? What in the name of... Gary?
I'm sorry, okay? I hadn't prepped this part of the dungeon yet. I haven't had the time. But you don't suffer from this, do you? For more than 2 years, you've helped us to enhance our tools, grow our map libraries, and given us a warm welcome in the community of map makers and game masters. We are honored to be part of this community, and all we can say is thank you.
Bring it on.
Oh, we're back.
We're back, everyone. And the ad is lovely, they say. Okay, I've decided to start with Till.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Till.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Please
here.
go into visit mode right now. Not one-on-one camera, but visit mode.
Yes,
I want
I
to
am.
see your map. And there we are. Okay.
Okay.
15 minutes to go until the next random roll, and your island has changed shape.
Yes. So
quite
the thing
a
is,
few times now.
Yes, it's terrible. It's like it's the typical test scenario where you completely blank of what you know from experience, and I completely fucked up my first kind of basic structure. So I had to rework it because now I am in a better position to rechange and reshape my island and increase or decrease map size by whatever I want. So what I did was I've created, as I initially wanted, I've created a water level, an island level where the island sits on, and then the temple level where the temple sits on, and the temple design is basically. So now whenever I will mostly work on the temple level, but I can always go back and adjust the island level. And we're going to see that, especially for the cliffs, because I want this, I don't know yet whether or not I want this to be, so at least the back island should be on a cliff. Which means that if I can place that here, it will automatically be positioned properly for the island sitting over the cliff. But I'm so stressed because I know that by now we're close to having only 2 hours left, and I'm still playing around with the layout, which means I should already be decorating. So I'm trying to speed things up as much as I can to get my base layout ready, because I honestly, to myself, I said I want to spend 1.5 hours just for decoration, which means that I have, 45 minutes left before that kind of prediction comes true. And I'm still not happy with the layout, so we will see. And I'm missing the chat. I'm missing the chat so much. They usually throw so good ideas at me. And now they're silent to me, which is terrible.
I'm listening to you. But if you're already laying out for me while you're stressed and anxious and hoping this will work out, I don't have to press you any further, to be honest. Right now, I'm just looking at you resizing and resizing and resizing those cliffs, and now I'm wondering.
Yes, that is probably my biggest weakness. Is that I'm a little bit of OCD when it comes to doing things like that, and they have to be perfect. And I should not spend my time with that because I can do all of that later. But this is how my brain works, and I have to stick with it.
Okay, yeah. Well, you only got one brain. You can't work off someone else's. So I guess that's pretty true. Okay, so we're going to leave you to work on your cliff shapes.
Yes.
And well, let's see what happens with these meshed egg thingy shapes that you're working with. Okay, Guy, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Guy, if you are in visit mode, right?
Visit mode. Yes.
Visit mode. let's go over to Guy and look at what you're doing. So I see you've decided on who's going to be the other person inhabiting the island.
Yes, I kind of went, okay, well, this is it. This is what I can do. And I'm ashamed to say it. This is what I can do quickly. Because I don't have enough time at all. I'm trying to build in some fun things, but I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to do all of this. Anyway, sorry, you probably had questions.
No, I'm just excited on how upset you are about this contest that you decided on to do for yourselves. And you're still, I can tell you that you and Till are working kind of in different ways still, although you're both working with Cliffs right now. You are still shaping out just the underground, and there's no temple to be seen yet. Well, Till already knows where to put his temple, but not what to put around it.
I'm in that happy space where I am now about to drop my water into place. So it's a great moment because I'm now ready. So this is...
so we're going to see you flood your map.
Yes, basically.
That sounded... Okay.
Yes. This is what we're going to do now. And this is the trick to it, I think anyway, is that... don't judge it now. We will get there. But creating the water effect takes a little bit of setup, but I think I've put in enough stuff in there to make it work. And so the other thing is this isn't just a competition, I don't think, about just making a pretty map. This should be a functional map as well. So the GM should be able to take it and use it with his players or her players, as the case might be. So there we go. And if we just feather the edges slightly. So I'll be eager to see how Till does his water and what he does with his water. Because he told me while you were away that I saw his map and he's built his temple first on the island, which is great for me because it means that his island is probably going to be more... He's going to try and make it look organic. But at the same time... Well,
yes, he's trying. That's true.
Yeah, at the same time, he's now locked in on his image because he's got his shape. Whereas now with me, I'm in the exact opposite space. I am now going to have to work out how my temple fits into this space. So, anyway, it is what it is. And
just with a little bit filling around with the transparency, that looks like I would really like to dive into that. Not the bit with the inhabitant, but
right. Yes, and this is the first step though, because you'll see in a little bit. This is I'm debating whether I actually need to go up another level or not, or if I'm happy with this. Because if I go to the top level, it darkens down this background, which I think it's okay in a way. But in another way, we're getting such a lovely tropical effect here that I might just build everything on this layer. It will be a bit tricky because... No, actually, you know what? I might just do that. I might just build everything on this layer. I don't know. It's a risk. I mean... I like using layers. I do.
But is it worth trying it out? So far, are you happy with what you've done, or is this now I have to stick with it because of time restraints?
Oh yes. Oh no. We're already almost an hour in.
Yes.
Yeah. No. This is it. I've got to make this look spectacular. So the water is not yet finished. There is still another trick that you then do on top of this. But for now, I'm kind of happy with how it's looking. Now I just have to decide if I'm going to do another layer or if I am actually going to just leave it as is.
I have to tell you from chat that you missed a spot on the bottom left, which we can't really see right now.
Bottom left?
I don't think. I think it auto-filled.
Could be.
Yes.
Yeah, that's meant to
I like
be.
the sand ripples underwater. Very nicely done.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about, well, that's why I love the brush tools, because you can get all of that in there. No, I think we're okay. I think it's the starfish that's looking very bright at the moment, but the starfish always is a problem.
No, I think they mistook your tiny secondary island for
For
filling in.
a gap.
No,
Yes.
Everything is okay. I'm just trying to be helpful.
I appreciate
Without being helpful, just costing you time.
No, I appreciate that. I'm going to change the starfish color anyway.
Talking of time, let's take a look. Okay, 5.5 minutes until we interject with the next random thing you have to add to your map. And as we can see, if everyone goes to your split, if you go to your split screen setup, very good.
Mm-hmm.
we were almost looking at the thing again and the advertisement, but as you can see, everyone, Guy has already the other creature people stuff living on the island integrated, and Till has not. Till, you can hear us again? Yeah, you can hear us again.
Yes,
Right.
yes, I can hear. Yeah. No, I'm slowly getting to the shape that I want to. So now we're going to see. I'm going to wait for the next challenge, because that will probably decide on what I'm going to do next.
You're going to wait. You're going to wait 4.5
No.
minutes?
I'm not going to sit idle. But before I start adding something to this here, it will be. I will wait and see what is happening.
Okay, so you've set aside a little bit of space for what will have to be integrated next.
Yes.
Okay. The chat says they hope it's the airship, because that will
That will. Oh my
you'd
god!
be
That will
screwed, as they say. And the dog got hold of his one of the toys. Well, if you're not bothered, I'm not bothered. Okay. So, Till, I just asked Guy, so it's just fair to ask you too. Are you happy so far, or would you, if you had the chance to start this thing over, would you take it? And are you locked in now, just because of time restraints?
I think I'm locked in because of time restraints. I do think that I'm happy with it. I think it's going to be quite a fantastic map, because I think it's going to be fun to play on it. But seriously, I really hope that the rest of the themes aren't going to be so completely different that it will just toss me over.
Okay. So you say this will be fun to play on. How do you know by now already that it's going to be fun to play on, because we only see a handful of rooms?
Well, because I know what the rooms are going to be like at the end.
Oh, okay. You already know. So you said it's going to be an arena and smaller temples for singular animal gods?
I'm not going to
For different
discuss
animal
this while
gods?
guys.
Oh, my guy is listening in. Okay.
I'm not even. You guys have droned out. I'm looking for a texture right now. So you could be talking about anything, and I would not know.
Okay. So I know, Till, that you always have a plan on how the story unfolds in your dungeon and how to kind of have a flow to everything.
Yes.
So you already decided kind of how people are going to move through this, or how it's going to be possible?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have kind of an idea of what is the story behind it, what are the challenges, what's the goal. So I hope that whatever comes next is not going to mess with that. But it will definitely, and I am already kind of, as we speak, trying to figure out how I could make space for things like that.
Okay. So what is more, how important for you is now how people are going to move through the map? Are you someone who tries to kind of send them to kind of give them a channel to flow through?
You mean
through
like
your dungeon?
railroad them?
No, just to give incentive.
Well, I think it's quite. No, I wouldn't. I think it is a map. It has areas that they want to or probably need to investigate to learn about other areas. But whether or not they are kind of taking the ship and climbing the cliffs, or if they are approaching the temple from the front, I think you'd never have control over things like that. So you basically have to design it in a way that it has a narrative storyline to it or flow to it. But it's up to the player to really figure out how they're dealing with it. That was no.
Okay, so you just have to design it in a way that the flow works no matter where people go.
I think
Sounds
so.
easy.
Yes. No, that's not easy.
Okay. Well, look at the time. There we are. 11, 10, 9, 8.
No.
In a few seconds, we're going to upset everything you've done so far, probably. I'm now rooting for the airship too. Now let's see how often people are going to ask for rerolls. No, I'm just ruling right now that rerolls are going to be one reroll, and then we have to stick to one or the other that we've rolled up.
You tell
Otherwise, we can roll forever. Okay, so ding, 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 ding. Let's look at the random table. Guy, please go into your camera close.
Solo?
Very good.
Yes, okay,
solo.
Sorry, yeah.
There we are. Okay, so let's have another D20.
Be kind.
16. It's the place of worship. It's already a temple.
Wait, we keep that.
To be honest, it sounds a little bit easy. So I'd say you need another temple in the temple. Okay, the chat already says reroll.
Chat.
And one, keep that. Reroll. Okay, this is pretty clear. Let's go again, and it's 6. It once belonged to a different civilization.
No, come on.
This is already. I did not make up this random table. Who made the random table, Till?
We did.
I think it was joint decision, yeah.
Yes. So I guess no complaining that you have a temple where there's already another inhabitant, where you either have another temple or another civilization. You want to keep the civilization?
Yes, of course, we keep it.
We keep the civilization. Okay, so no, it's a desert island with a temple that might have been a zoo of chaotic, good, tiny people inhabited by someone else and it once belonged to a different civilization.
That throws my whole plan out.
Okay.
Yes. It kind of works with my plan.
Very good. Well, I'm sorry, Guy, but Till has not put the other inhabitant in yet, so now he's got 2 things he still has to put in.
So what was the prompt again? It's inhabited by, what is a previous civilization made it?
Belonged to a different civilization at some point in time. For a moment, I thought Guy was just frozen, but
no,
it's not your picture. It's just literally you frozen.
It's my brain going.
Okay, that's why it's called Map Battle Madness. It's not Map Battle logical things that make absolutely sense from the get-go. Okay.
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 Back in the saddle?
Let's panic.
Let's panic. Okay.
Who am I kidding? Panic!
I hope someone clips that. Okay. So you have now 26 minutes, roughly, until the next time we're going to break into concentration. If you go back to the split screen, we can just chill. I can just chill and kick back and look at what you're doing. And whoa, Till, suddenly pyramid. Just a second, I'm going to show you. There we have it. Aha, ha, ha. So, not to spoil this for Guy, but I think Till has decided to get the Once Belong to a Different Civilization done with one click.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Be honest, it's a little bit easy.
No. It's going to be brilliant. Wait for it.
Okay. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for another 1 hour and 55 minutes. And 3 seconds.
Only 1 hour and 55 minutes. What is this madness?
Yes, this is insane. This is never going to end well.
The chat says, I think Till and Guy might need half a year or so to recover from this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone else thinks that you should do this once a month.
What? No.
I don't think that's a good idea, health-wise. Also, someone says Kiara should be the winner of this. That's not fair. Kiara, smart person that he is, just stayed out of this, I guess. If you do this again, that's an interesting question, Till. Once this is decided, and one of the two of you is the winner of the map Battle Madness and is the Grandmaster of map making with DungeonFog, is that forever?
Well, so I think this is like the wrestling championship or the boxing championship belt. So whoever wears that belt needs to be challenged. So if someone, like, for example, Kiara, thinks that he can wear the belt, then he has to challenge the existing winner.
Okay. Someone like Kiara, does that mean people who already have professionally made maps?
No. Whoever wants to. I feel like there might be if the community wants to do that, we might do something like a little tournament. And the winner of the tournament is then the one who can challenge the winner. We will see. So I don't know yet. But I think it's the general strategy is we're establishing one champion now, and we will see how long this champion can stay in the saddle, and then we will see from there.
Okay. Then, since we are already talking so nicely, chatting so nicely, Till, would you please go into visit mode, and we're going to talk a little bit while...
Yes, of course, I will.
While we leave Guy alone for a little bit?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, Guy shouldn't be able to hear us now. You just plopped a pyramid into your map.
No, I think it was brilliant because the thing is, I'm going to have to create now an underground level, which is kind of problematic, but it fits the general idea, because now what we have this. When you look at here, that's why I'm currently reworking the central area. So what we initially said was that this is a civilization of tiny folk who are worshipping animals, and we have those 4 chambers. I'm going to make those 4 chambers dedicated to different animal gods, and we have something like a central statue. So I'm bringing in some kind of jungle flair that is like, this is a very tribal, tiny folk, tribe. Sorry for the bad English here. That has occupied this and built the temple. But the island itself was actually from an ancient civilization that has a crypt there. And when you go down into the crypt, there is the arena where you have to fight whatever, like you probably have to activate somehow one of those animal statues or this god chambers, and then you have to pick a fight in the pyramid, which kind of plays in everything, because we have the Suish approach, we have the temple, it's the chaotic good who are worshipping the animal gods here, and it's this weird, different civilization that initially used this island. So I think it's brilliant. I love it. Now something else will come as a challenge, and I will be completely desperate, because then I will be like Guy was right now, where I'm like, oh no, now I am effed.
So, how do you get the inhabitant in there? Are you just going to declare your animal gods to be the other inhabitants? Because I think that might be stressing.
No. I think the temple, the pyramid, has another inhabitant who crept in there and kind of is taking over this place, and it's an additional challenge for when the players want to activate the god, to fight or to activate the spirit. Let's call them animal spirits. It's an unexpected, because that's what what you do with player expectation. They go in there, they're like, oh, okay, we need to, I don't know, calm the bear spirit. So we need to activate the bear spirit ritual chamber, and now we're going into the pyramid to calm the bear, which they might be expecting a fight against the bear or something like that. But when they go down there, something completely different is waiting for them, and they have to first overcome that to really deal with it. So that's my approach.
Okay. You are going to put that on another layer, because you just have plopped down the pyramid on the main layer, and then we're going to go underground there?
Exactly. So for some reason, having my Water Island temple layer was perfect, because now I can place something here that is beneath the pyramid, and I can even backtrack. So I can have a one-way down, back way situation.
Okay.
I just still feel that I'm running out of time. I'm not sure if the whole plan can work, or if I'm just, if the me goes and I'm like, no, but I haven't even.
That's probably what's going to happen. I'm afraid.
I just hope that the same thing happens to Guy, to be honest.
Okay. I will find out. I'm going to leave you to work on your layers and on whatever is hidden under the pyramid. And just quickly, Guy, if you can hear me, please change to visit mode.
I am here.
Very good. Let's switch to Guy. Okay, I've been kind of keeping an eye out on what you're doing while talking with Till, and I've seen you've built a room and then submerged it under sand again, basically.
Yes. So the entire plan had to change quite dramatically to make this space feel like it's an old space that's been reused for something else, or repurposed for something else, I should say. So what I am now doing is I am trying to make it feel like this different colored space was here and has been forgotten about.
Okay.
Whereas the other temple, which I started, I've forgotten about. Not forgotten about. I've kind of abandoned for now, as I'm just working out this new space here.
Okay, so this is the civilization that the island used to belong to. And do you have an idea what kind of civilization? I'm just seeing huge bone structures or whatever.
There was no plan. I am literally just going, oh, that's a useful prop. Oh, that's also a useful prop. Let me use that prop. That prop adds some detailing in that I don't have somewhere else. So yes, that's a good prop. No, so the idea, like I said, is I'm trying to play with colors to separate the old from the new.
Okay.
Basically, because I want no.
No, you've put it underneath the sand layer.
It is, but the problem is that I need the sand layer to be on top of the building layer so that I can obscure the building. That's all right. Okay, fine. So I must just put it above, and I will just add another symbol.
Fun with layers.
This is really where the layering power comes in of DungeonFog, because we want to make it sort of look as if it's half buried in the sand there, but not totally buried, and we wanted to feel like it's. We wanted to feel like it's blue. So like there now, it's starting to work. Mm-hmm. Oops, I just resized my whole screen. Sorry about that. So it's starting to look like it's fixed there. But yeah, I've got to just tone these things so that they feel like they fit the space, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it.
The chat is noticing that you're already also working on just making it pretty. So at the same time as making it functional?
Yes, so it's about trying to get my head around this original idea of this. So the thinking is that now that I have this sand feel, I can now add this around because the way that I work is that it's about making sure that your brushes go in as early as possible, because you are going to use them later on. That they sit in the right space, basically. I don't know how to describe that. Sorry, my brain is not working. I don't know what Till is doing. I assume he is doing well.
Oh, he's just happily working away at his temple. I
knew it.
And I think he's found a nice color scheme. So.
Well, I'm also looking for that. So there's also that's going on. Yay. Okay. And my housemate has decided that vacuuming is what should happen now. So if you're hearing strange noises in the background, it's because my housemate is doing housework at 8:30.
We have strange noises party. I've got a puppy.
You've got a puppy, and I have a housemate. Great.
Mm-hmm. Well, if the puppy started to vacuum, then I'd be worried.
That would be a great puppy to have.
Oh, that would be great. No, so far he's just tracking dirt into the house, and I have no idea if we ever can train him to pick up after himself, to clean his own paws. I've seen dogs do that. I need to find out how you can incentivize that. Yes.
Wipe your feet.
Yes. So far we've only gotten as far as let me wipe your feet while you don't bite me. Okay. Anyway, which should also be a rule for roommates or for flatmates. Pick up after yourself and don't bite me.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess all of this is coming along nicely. Anyway, if any of you two need a break, you can just quickly say, I need to go just for a second.
Die first.
But you die first. Okay.
Not going to give him any advantage.
Okay, I'm going to find out how Till thinks about this. Till, if you can hear us, please go to your split screen layout. And Guy, also go to the split screen setup. Very good. So Till, I just talked with Guy, and I said if you need a break, you can always go and take care of whatever you need to take care of.
You probably somewhere in between. I was reading Guy, but at just the last bit of the conversation, and I think he said, "I'm dying," rather than going to toilet. Yes, same here. I would just let it flow.
Ooh, Till. TMI. Okay, TMI would be if you actually tell us when it happened, but we're just going to assume
there's no chance of getting me away from here, because otherwise I will not be ready.
Okay, looking at this, you found a nice color palette for your temple.
I'm still experimenting a little bit with it, though.
Okay. Do you want to have the 4 rooms to have a different look each for the different gods, or what are you going for right now?
Yes.
Yes. So, I asked an either-or question, and you go, yes. That's always good.
I'm sorry. So they are going to look different, but not in terms of the general architecture, because they're just stone buildings. but the way that they are decorated is going to be different. So I don't know how yet. This is going to be inspiration later. Right now, I think I'm quite happy with the temple so far. So before I lose track of what else I need to do, I'm now going over and work with my second part of the whole thing.
Okay. No, I'm not trying to influence anyone either way, and I'm not giving away free tips here. So now that I have both of you here, I'm just going to give you a question from chat. And the question is, what is your favorite hack in the DungeonFog Battelemap Editor? So what is your personal favorite shortcut or trick that you found?
So my personal favorite shortcut is, and I'm not going to tell you what shortcut it is, but it is sending props to the back or to the front of the layer list. This is golden because I remember what it is. And also another thing, but in terms of hotkeys, this is my, I love it. In terms of other things, I think I'm going to go into creating here while we're doing, I'm going to create prop templates because we can't use existing ones, but no one said that I cannot create new ones.
That is true. You're just not allowed to use any that you've completed before.
Exactly. And that is going to be, I think, a lifesaver later down the road.
So, Guy, same question. What is your favorite hack or shortcut?
Hack or shortcut? Control D. The copy tool really saves my bacon on a regular basis. And the fact that I can use it for rooms. I know the template thing exists, but why build templates when you can just Control D your rooms? That's what I say.
Okay. And just looking at what the two of you are doing and everything, I mean, I've dabbled with DungeonFog. Usually, I'm working with things where you have 3D dungeons or something like that. But every once in a while, I have just a game where we need 2D maps, and then I know where I go. But I've noticed that I keep making the same mistakes. So you have kind of these are the usual mistakes that you're going to make, and this is how to avoid them tips?
All of them. Just watch me. I'm running through all the mistakes.
Okay.
Just because of stress. It's terrible.
I haven't seen you place a door next to the wall somewhere in the room yet.
No, but I think I'm overthinking most of the times. I'm overcomplicating things, and then I need to unwrap it and make it simpler. And I don't know how to prevent that from happening. If you're watching my Mapping It Out streams, you will see me fail so often because I'm overthinking stuff. And then usually the check comes in and says, but it would be much easier if you do it like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
The check? Yeah. The check? Checking yourself? Or
the chat. Sorry,
the chat.
I meant
the
chat.
The check.
The check.
The chat helps you out. Well, right now the chat can't help you out directly. I have to filter this for you, but I'm keeping an eye out.
I think the other the most common mistake is not is just changing your plan all the time and not committing and going, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to try and make it the best that I can. And just sort of trying to change and try to change and try to change and try to change. Like right now, I've just made a complete mistake. I have done something that I shouldn't be doing at this moment, but I felt inspired, and now I've lost time because I didn't do this first, and I should have. So I think not going slowly and realizing this is what you should be doing as opposed to what you want to be doing is very important.
Okay. Well, going slowly is not in the cards for you
no.
today. Okay, I can see Till is dragging around his rooms again.
Yeah,
to
you
find
know
something
that
to do with
we
the
have that
pyramid.
a lot in our woods, where I'm like,
Yeah.
a layer could be better. I will find a good layer, just not now. I'm afraid I know what I need to do. Okay, sorry.
Okay, very nice. So, just a quick kind of water level goal. Do you think you're going to finish on time? Or are you just, you know...
How much time do we have
Yes,
left?
of course.
1
Easily.
hour and 36 minutes.
It's going to be tight.
I'm almost done, guy. Hurry up a
What?
little bit.
How can you leave all this done?
I think he's lying.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Either that or he was lying about the size of his map. Because he cannot have done a 50 by 50 yet, surely.
Okay. You're nearly at halftime. That's true.
That's insane!
That's insane. That's terrible.
And my plan says that at halftime you get a quick break, but as you've already told me, you'd rather
No,
die
I might
than leave
actually,
the chair.
I might have to take that break. There is a serious need for fresh coffee here. And also, I will say this. Sometimes stepping away from your map and just wandering around aimlessly, looking out the window, praying, doing whatever it is that you do to inspire yourself when trying to build a map, sometimes that little moment of perspective really helps.
Oh yeah, restarting your brain. Totally get
And giving it a moment to breathe and just not stress.
Well, I'd say we can give you the moment to breathe either before or after we roll on the new one. Do you?
How much time before we roll in the new one?
4 minutes and 44 seconds, 43 seconds.
No, I'm going to go and I will be back.
Okay, so we're going to say goodbye to Guy just for a quick moment. Same. So everyone's leaving me right now. Let's go into a break for the two of them then real quick. And so, Chad, what do you think? Are they coming along nicely, those maps? As we've seen, well, Guy is working with shapes and with drawing a lot, and it's a nice sandy thing, but I'm still not seeing a temple there, while Till basically plopped an open floor plan temple and a pyramid on the same layer. They're going to be fine. No, the timer will not be paused. If they need a break, they need a break on time. And I hope they're going to be back until we roll on the random table, or otherwise they're going to miss it. Okay, Lord God says, I think Till is being too ambitious, but Guy hasn't settled on a solid idea. Yes. I think that's pretty much sums it up. And I'm just kind of looking forward to see them scramble in the last half hour to get everything they started to at least halfway finished. Asking if this is right. Till is making an actual dungeon where Guybrush is making a vibe. Yes, it vibes. Guy's map. It's pretty already with the layers of water, but there's not much finished of the actual assignment yet. So, Forecaster 71 says in the last 10 minutes you're going to re-roll all of the themes right. They are going to kill me if I do that. I can see both of them are back, so we are going to take a look at what's happening. And everyone, chat says we should re-roll all of the random things in the last 10 minutes. How do you feel about that? You're still muted, Guy.
No, we will not re-roll all of the things. Otherwise, I'll just change it and say, well, there's my example of an airship. It's just the front sticking out. I
think that will be overkill. If we're going to change it, we're dead. That's it. Then we've no chance to do anything.
Okay. I'm a little bit overly dramatic. I don't think anyone's well, no one's died from DungeonFog map making. I'm not talking about people who actually go out into whatever Antarctica to map it. So people have died while map making, but I don't think during DungeonFog. Or at least if it happened, we're not going to tell you, because then Till would be very sad.
I have completely effed up my layout.
The chat, by the way, thinks that Till has bitten off more than he can chew with his multi-layer plans, and Guy hasn't decided yet what he's actually going to do. So.
They know me so well. No.
I do. I'm still convinced that I can manage. We will see.
Okay, you have 3/4 of a minute until we are going to throw in the next random thing.
No. I
well,
need to
yes.
actually finish the first thing.
Yeah, you still don't have a temple, Guy. I don't want to remind you, but that was the actual assignment.
That was yes.
Oh, a Dead Aussie Gamer just dropped into chat.
Oh.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Are you here to see Till and Guy sweat and cry and try and scramble to get their maps done on time? Then, because if you're here for that, you're absolutely in the right place. But so far, no one has thrown the towel yet. And also, you've been
that's an
rather
option?
nice. That is always an option. You can always forfeit Till if you feel like this is...
You should probably do that.
Everything's
I mean,
lost.
you have a family to think about. Imagine if you lost. What would they think of you? It would just be disastrous.
You know what? I was telling my daughter today that we are having the battle. And
Ding, 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 by the way.
And she said, well, who's going to win? Are you going to win, Daddy? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think Guy's going to win. No, you have to.
Please go to your one-on-one, exactly, to your close cameras. Very good. Solo, I think, is your layer called, right? Okay, we have to roll on our third extra challenge. Your map also needs a place of worship. Again! We're going to
The dice want it.
We're going to re-roll. Oh no, that was a D12 again. Dang it.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know what it did.
It's not is it a cock dice?
It's a cocked die, but the chat of I'm using Roll20 for this. The chat says it's a 16 again, so a place of worship. Okay, what are we gonna do? What does the chat say? The chat says it's a 3. The chat decides.
No. Point of order, Your Majesty. It has to be a re-roll. The cock die happened. How you got a cock die in a virtual die roller? I don't know, but I'm
surprised too. Used as breeding grounds. Well, I see possible ways to really easily integrate this into both your maps.
Yes, me too.
Don't you see it too?
Yes, I can see it.
Both of you already have animals or animal-like things on your island.
Yeah, but okay.
Holy breeding grounds.
Those are the holy breeding grounds.
Holy breeding grounds, yes. Wonderful. Okay. So that just happened.
Can't believe it.
So it is breeding grounds, right? I need to write that down.
Okay, just to make sure. So we're looking for a desert island with a temple of tiny folk who are or were chaotic good. And the map also has someone else inhabiting it. It belonged to another civilization in the past. And now it also has a breeding ground. I mean, you could just plop kind of a few cages in there and a few frogs and say, there you go. People are breeding frogs here for frog wrestling. I don't know.
Wrestling.
I'm just trying to come up with stupid ideas, so I'm not helping anyone. So my stupid idea is frog wrestling. But, well, in the end, the jury, made up of everyone who is going to click on the jury panel thingy, is going to decide who you integrated this better. And remember, you can use tokens and you can use nodes to explain what the hell you're doing with your map. But we all know that if it's immediately obvious, it's probably the best. Okay. If you want to show your maps again in the split screen. Very nice. So this is where we are. I think Till is just ignoring this new thing and working on getting everything then done that he was working on just a moment ago.
Yeah, I'm not adding it right now. I know exactly where I want to do this. But it's...
Yes.
Just a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do the breeding grounds have to be related to the temple?
No. I'm just going to rule that no, they don't have to be. And you just need to find a space on your map that makes sense or sense-ish, I don't know, to put something in there. You might have, and you might end up with 5 different factions doing things on your tiny island that are not completely, well, interconnected. Let's put it like that. Okay. Till is starting to work on his map with a big shovel, just going on to excavate things.
Exactly.
Yes. Go ahead. I actually love DungeonFog maps that have these real organic look and shapes, because square rooms are easy. Round rooms are harder, but squiggly and weird rooms that still look good, that's really nice. Okay. So, right now, I know that Till has been thinking about playability, and I bet, Guy, you've been doing it too, or are you still just looking for where to put what?
No, definitely looking at this going, okay, what is the potential quest that comes from this? Where do we go? What do we look at? And I think that I'm starting very slowly to get there. How much time do we have left? I know I can look somewhere and see it, but
1 hour and 23 minutes and 39 seconds.
Okay. I was hoping you'd say 2 hours.
Considering that we just threw in the third thing.
I know.
That's not logical.
All right, let's have a look and see.
Chat says, I think Guy has breeding ground done already. His map has tentacles.
That's specifically for Laura Bones.
Oh, interesting.
Tentacles, Till said. And thought to himself that he needed to add something to his map.
Yeah,
I can see that I can see that you are adding something to your map. Okay, which might be or might not be the breeding ground thing that you're putting in. But I can see that you're using one of my favorite assets. That's always great.
Oh,
okay.
and Oh.
You have a favorite asset?
I have a favorite asset.
What is your favorite asset?
Because I've used them on the first map I've ever done for DungeonFog, and it worked out beautifully, and it's spider cocoons.
Ah.
Yeah, and you can just stack them and resize them, and then just throw spider webs on them, and then suddenly a really normal, boring room gets really creepy. Or maybe that's just me because I'm slightly arachnophobic. But well, there's a reason that every single classic fantasy tropish game I've ever seen has giant spiders. Because
It's a common fear.
Yes, a very common fear. And I'm living in one of the countries with the least dangerous spiders in the world. You should have seen me in Australia.
I can only imagine.
Yes. I was very safe. Nothing ever happened, but I remember snapping pictures of a spider in my tent and sending it to Michael, to Dead as a Game, asking, is this thing going to kill me? Oh no, Michael writes, softly cries as an arachnophobic living in Australia.
Oh yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah. Do the two of you have a favorite asset? And why is it not the spider cocoons?
I do think I really like the jungle ruins. Like they're so versatile. You can do so much with them. And I'm going to use them later.
I think my go-to is probably the seagrass. I know it's weird, but it's a really nice prop. It's got lots of high detail on it. You can change its color so it's dry grass or it's wet grass. It doesn't particularly look like it's seaweed or something along those lines. So I quite like that aspect of it, I guess.
Okay. And I think I've seen it already on your map.
Yes, I've already used it about 20 or 30 times.
And of course, I mean, those who know me, they know my absolute favorite asset for all times, which is the blood puddle. Not because it's...
Oh, yes, absolutely. That is probably the most used prop, the blood puddle.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen Till use the blood puddle on nearly every map we've ever done together.
I think I do use it on almost every map. I haven't used it yet.
Me neither, but it's kind of the final...
It is. For me, it's exactly the same. It's the final touch.
Prettying up the rooms with dirt and blood puddles. Okay. There's a question from chat. What do you wish to have right now, which is not yet in the Battelemap Editor? Are you right now missing something really dearly that should have been implemented?
I know exactly what that should be.
Yes, and what is it? Not a Sphinx, because I can see you already have one.
It's the Paths tool. It's the Paths tool that we're currently working on. I had this Tuesday, I think, I showed the first prototype. And it is... Oh my god, it would have been so easy to create terrain here if I already had the Paths tool. Because it allows you to draw all of this, all of the cliffs just with one stroke. And
then the assets align along the path?
No, not only. Well, they are bended. Like it's creating a natural terrain path, warping the assets. Like we're creating a special asset for those. And this would be golden for this map. Unfortunately, it's in development and will not be finished by the end of October, but rather somewhere end of October, mid-November, then we will release it. So it's not helping me today.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to say, but I think you decided on when the map Battle Madness was going to run. You could have pushed for a later date.
I could have waited for it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Guy, what are you missing right now that you'd love to see?
Resizable doors.
That's true. That's that would be cool too.
Because right now that is seriously breaking my plans here.
Okay, because I see. Well, you're trying to go for something really big and complicated with combining those shapes.
Yes, and this is my risk. This is either going to set this map apart from anything that Till could possibly manufacture, no offense, Till, or it's going to fail horribly and people are going to go, what the hell is that? Because that is a disaster. So this is my risk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Till we're leaving you for a second, I would like to go to a map visit with Guy, because I'm curious what you're thinking right now.
The world's ending. Oh, let's go talk to him about it.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about the world ending and about what you're doing with those different shaped rooms. Please get to your visit screen. Very good.
Okay.
So, tell me, what is the thought process behind this, other than Till is not going to be able to do something weirder than this? So what kind of place of worship is this?
Right. So this is the big challenge that I have, is that the tiny component is what is really tricky. And that's what I'm trying to get my head around. So the doors are fixed at 5-foot bracket space, right? Mm-hmm. Tiny people wouldn't make 10-foot wide doors or 5-foot wide doors. Tiny people would make 2-foot wide doors. So I have to fake a scale by making sure that any tiny rooms only have 5-foot doors, but any normal sized rooms have bigger doors.
So the normal sized rooms are the round ones, and
yes.
Are they supposed to be from the same ancient civilization that you hid in the corners, because those are round rooms too?
Yes, I kind of changed my mind as I was going along, because what I realized is this kind of looks like a sunken ship.
That's true, yes.
That's buried over with sand. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So at the moment, I'm like, okay, this was my temple layout, and this was the Zulu culture that I was using. They create these circular huts around a central area that they used to keep their cattle in. In this case, this is a place of worship, the sacred pool. So then the little tiny people came in, and they built their little, these are going to be sort of bamboo huts around these stone pillars, because the stone pillars provide nice support for wooden structures. And what the wooden structures do is I've purposefully got doors out in other areas. I need to still put some more doors in so that player characters could hide in these little huts, but they're tiny huts. So they're literally 10 foot by 15 foot. So they're very, very small. And I'm going to fill it up with all kinds of hopefully furniture and stuff to give that final illusion. But I've still got to do the breeding grounds, and obviously, I could do the Kraken breeding ground quite easily. I'm not going to do that, though, because...
Why not? There's an easy solution.
It is. I've got this little island out here, and I was going to build a bridge out to here to create some sort of tension. But I kind of feel like it's more interesting if it's separate. So I was going to turn this into a nesting ground for some kind of large bird.
Oh, okay.
Because I think there's dragon eggs in the prop somewhere, so I can put some dragon eggs into a nest. So it becomes this colony of birds. Because when I think of islands, often birds colonize islands because it's safe for them to breed there. I don't know if it's very dramatic or exciting, but I think it's certainly, it does something.
Well, in the real world, I'm still really, I'd really like to be on one of the islands where puffins breed during breeding time. Because
right, exactly. Yes.
Never make it there. And I really want to see live puffins.
Exactly. And why not? Why not, indeed?
So you're going to get dragon puffins.
Yeah, there we go. I like it, dragon puffins. Oh, dear.
Sounds cute and dangerous.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Chat asks question, where is the temple? Okay, I think you may need to make a little bit clearer how this combination of huts and round spaces is a place of worship. How is this a temple?
That's the 4 circles. They will become a temple. I just need to get there. But I swear they will be a temple. I promise they will be a temple.
Okay. You have promised us a temple. We will check in with you a little bit later. 12 minutes, by the way, until the next random table roll. And Till, if you can hear me, please switch to your visit mode. Hey, Till. How's it going? I've got a few questions from chat for you.
Oh, no. There you go. Okay, chat. Have a go. What do you need to know?
First question is, the path to sounds great. Will there be footprints? I think I remember you talking specifically about footprints during our last words and how to use them. So yes, probably.
Yes, the answer is yes.
So people will just be able to draw just footprints and draw a path and then have bloody footprints following.
We have what we're doing right now, or I'm almost finished with it, is we've created a list of things that should be created as paths, textures, path assets. This is a list of now, I think, 96 different things. So just, I can't name them all, but footprints are on that. Blood marks, like drag marks, are on that. There are tables, so you can do long tables and short tables. Chests, you could do long chests or short chests. Bookcases or bookshelves, something like that. As well as cliffs, rivers, grass edges, natural terrain elements that you can do. So it's going to be quite extensive. And as always, if you're missing something, just let us know and we will add it later.
Okay. Then I have another question for you, asking specifically for assets. And that is, and I'm afraid that's because of something that came up with when talking with Guy, puffins. Papageientaucher.
Uh-huh.
Birds, Till. People want birds.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like parrots, and that's true. That would be for a jungle. That would be a nice decoration. We have quite a few. Like, the problem is, when is an animal a token because it's going to be active, and when is an animal purely for decoration, and then you would put it on the map. And that's
puffins
true.
are probably not going to fight you, so they could be.
So they could be quite a nice addition to natural decoration for jungles. I agree. That would be cool.
Okay, and now I have a question. Are those trilobites?
Whatever they are the someone else who lives here.
Oh.
Kind of, someone said Dune inspired, and I remember that we have something Dune inspired here, but I didn't want to make it a sandworm. Although
right now it looks like someone is drowning a baby maker to make the water of life. If we are going to be Dune-ish,
I think I will revisit that, because doing something like sand. Where is it? Where's my sand? Small sand dunes, doing something like that might be even cooler. So this is how do you call Treibsand?
Quicksand.
The sand? Quicksand, thank you. So that could be. Which,
growing up with 80s action films, I thought would be a much bigger problem in life.
Yes, true. I know.
For some reason, I've never encountered quicksand, and I've heard that it's not as dangerous and complicated as Hollywood made it out to be. So you have a quicksand field under your temple structure with worms.
Yes, that's what I'm going for.
Okay. And they are something else lives there? That is not the breeding ground.
This is not the breeding ground. No, this is someone else lives here.
Okay. And the breeding ground is the spider things?
Yes. I'm sorry, I wasn't that creative here. I was for a second going for, well, maybe the worms are the breeding ground and they're breeding here. But I have to include someone else too. So I went for that. And for the breeding grounds, I'm sticking with giant spiders.
Okay, good. Great, breeding giant spiders. Everyone needs a hobby.
Everyone needs a hobby.
And otherwise, I'm just looking at how different you and Guy have gone for the water effect.
I haven't even touched water yet.
You just have kind of slapped down a water background, and that's
yes,
it. Are you going to work on that?
Yes, once you say we only have an hour left, then I will panic and then I will start working on
it. Then you can already...
No, don't tell me.
In 7 minutes you can start to panic.
Oh my god. Okay, panic. Okay.
Panic mode activated. So you weren't in panic mode before, okay.
Well,
So-
I'm experiencing now that there are several different stages of panic, and whenever I think I am in the final stage, I realize, oh no, there's one more.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to get harder and harder and panicky. And panicky, is this a word? I don't think so. But you know what I mean. But just think of how good this is going to feel when you finally finish the map and are on time and everything is great. And
Yes. I can't wait till you say, oh, you were finished. And then I will cry a little bit. And then I will hopefully find peace.
yeah, and then you need a break from everything for quite some time. Okay. Oh. For some reason, the chat is not talking about turtles. Would be a nice breeding ground too. But the two of you have already decided on what is going to be breeding on your islands and what is going to happen there. So we can just throw these out.
That's a very peaceful idea to have just turtles somewhere on the beach breeding. That would be really nice.
Yeah, and maybe those turtles are holy or they are near extinction and you have to move really, really carefully across the beach without breaking the turtle nests, because otherwise you're going to be hanged for endangering the last 15 living leatherback snapping black dragon turtles or whatever.
Yes.
But
Turtles. Maybe we will see.
so I see that this room, you can only reach this room by going all the way around. It's right under your temple, but you have to go all the way through the pyramid.
Yes, I do think that I might probably want to add a second entrance, but I don't know yet because, again, time's running out.
Yes, time's running out. Okay, Guy, if you can hear us, you should both be hearing me right now. If you can go back to your split screen layout. Oh, this marvelous. You haven't seen it, but they switched at exactly the same millisecond, I think. Okay, there we are. You've got 4.5 minutes until we're going to roll on the table again. And I can see the structures are growing, tiny rooms are growing out of small rooms. It's kind of like, I don't know, slightly Mandelbrot way of building that Guy is going for.
Yeah, a disaster is what I'm going for. I've gone blank. What the hell was that called? Wastelands.
Ah, okay. So you draw. Your mind went blank when looking for the right asset.
Yes, I'm pretty good at remembering all the props that DungeonFog has, where they are. But sometimes you go, where was that prop? Where was it? Where was it? And then
All of them, Guy? I'm not sure how many there are, but there's definitely too many for me.
there
to
are a
keep track of.
lot. But yeah, I'm pretty. I use this program every week, so if I don't remember it by now, I should be shot.
Yeah, that's true. You are creating a map a week, basically, at least. Do you know? Do you have a counter running? How many you've produced by now with DungeonFog?
Well, for epic battle maps, that was 30, and that was at very large sizes. So, I don't know, 100, 150, 200, I guess. I don't know. Is there a way to count, Till? There must be,
Your
right?
maps?
Without having to actually physically count, because I'm not going to go and do that right now whilst, we're doing
No, and I don't think that we have a counter built for you in there. So what we did once was we checked the databases to see how many maps. And you know what? There are users. I was so blown away. I think the user with the highest ranking, I don't know what the username is. I'm not going to tell you. But there is a user out there that has over 1,200 maps created in DungeonFog.
What?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
At what quality are those maps?
Well, quite decent. I mean, I didn't check all of them, but we were like, okay, let's see if they are just empty maps. But no, good quality.
Or maybe that's their career or something. They make.
Oh, maybe that's their one and only
Okay.
hobby, their happy place. Just going and creating maps.
I definitely find under normal circumstances it's my happy place too.
Yeah, and yes, that's true.
Oh, I really hope we're not going to ruin this for you. And the next time you look at the map, the stress reaction comes.
Next time I look at the map and I'll go, I've got so much time.
Oh,
and then secretly in the back of my head, I'll be going, you've got to go faster, got to go faster, got to go faster.
True.
Or maybe you're going to look at the tool the next time and think, I'm the Grandmaster of Map Battle Madness.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow.
That's what you're going. Well, you don't know yet, Till, because we don't know until the 30th who's going to win.
Yeah.
No, I will just go to bed with that feeling.
Okay. You're just going to convince yourself that you've won. So, you think you're gonna go on a good path to beat Guy?
Yes, because I'm almost finished. Now I just need to wait for the last results.
Almost. How can you be almost finished? You're working on a 50 by 50 map. Just covering that with textures takes a while.
70 by 50 by now.
Okay, Till, but is it fun? What are people going to do?
Oh, you mean
the
the creation part is not so much fun as the map.
No. Is it going to be fun to play? Is what
I
I'm
think
asking.
it is going to be fun to play. Yes,
Okay.
I would. I actually. This is going to end in my.
Ding, ding, ding. It's going to end in your
bucket for maps that I'm going to throw at my players.
Okay. So please go to your solo camera settings. We are going to roll on the next random
My
tool.
hand. I'm gripping the mouse so tightly. I didn't realize until I took my hand away. Okay.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe. Okay. Let's look at what we're going to roll now. If it's another 16, I'm going to scream. It's a 12.
12.
Okay, 12. A place of constant battle.
Yes, take it.
No.
Yes.
No. Vote. No. Not constant battle. I want a place of happy fields and happy flowers and no more.
Let's look at that. Full of pirates. No flowers. Not happy. Altered by magic. Shaped by the elements, maybe, of great power.
Yeah, that could work. Shaped by the elements would be perfect.
Puzzle. Oh, chat says, yes, reroll. Haha, good luck. Keep, reroll.
I know who my friends are now. I'm just saying, I will watch this afterwards.
Okay.
But don't force me to play that. I have access to the accounts card where I say, why are my accounts being locked suddenly?
6, 7.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right now we're 7 versus 7 for keeping or re-rolling.
Oh, no, people.
8, 7 for keeping. Another keep. Another re-roll. So it says re-roll. I want you guys to roll a 20 where different plane bleeds in. Okay.
That would be amazing.
We're very, very even. Okay, we're going to do one re-roll, and if it's a 20, we're going to take that. And I've rolled another d12 because I'm stupid. No, it's a 7. That nature has taken over.
I can live with that too.
What do you say, Guy? Is that better than constant battle?
I can definitely live with that.
Okay, so it's now a desert island with a temple of tiny, chaotic good folk inhabited by someone else when another older civilization existed, with a breeding ground and a place where nature has taken over.
Oh, this is amazing.
This is a lot. Who came up with this?
Yes, and I love it.
Yes, you did. Very good. Okay.
Okay.
So.
That's crazy.
Concentrated faces. But Till looks happy.
I am.
It looks actually
My
heavy.
software's gone crazy. I'll show you my screen.
Okay, yes. So let's go to the map
Save.
screen. What is going on?
I think someone in DungeonFog is just quietly slowing my computer down. Do you see, Madam Judge, that my mouse cursor won't change and I can't select props?
Are you in the right level? Well,
I'm on
save
the right
and
level.
reload, I think, is always helping.
All right.
I mean, we've been working for, over 2 hours on both quite gigantic maps, so...
Till, you want to go to your split screen setting too?
Oh, sorry. Which one?
Yeah.
That one? Yes.
No, the other one.
You want to visit? No, you want me to...
No,
okay.
split.
Aha,
This.
it's working
Guy is
again.
also in visit mode, and I'd like to see the split. Very good, thank you.
There you are. All right, I'm back. Thank you.
Everything is
Everything
okay.
is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is awesome. No, I'm not going to sing for reasons, especially because we don't want a copyright strike. And okay, I can see Till is going in on decorating the temple finally.
Yes.
Yeah, the temple's not important.
No, it's not. It's not like as if that was the theme.
That is, I know breeding grounds and nature taking over and something like that might have more, I don't know, zest than temple, but that is basically what you were asked to do. So a temple should be there. One way.
Might have been what I was asked to do, but it's not necessarily what you actually wanted.
Yeah, well, no one's asking what I want. The dice decided that this is what you should do.
That's true.
But right now, you're just giving us a nice little bit of surf. Looks good. Looks very nice. So you're again at the stage of making things pretty, but not making things done.
Well, this is the sad part about this process, is that you have to do this first before you can actually start doing the other stuff.
Okay.
When you're doing this kind of water effect.
Ah, okay. So you have your I don't know how many steps program for nice water effects that
Yes.
you're just working along with. Oh, and the chat says save. If you haven't saved in a while, this is to
you,
remind
chat.
you of saving. And also, because we joked about it before we started, maybe it remind you also to sometimes in between take a drink.
Yes.
Get your fingers off the mouse and shake them before you get cramps, guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's less than an hour left.
No. Okay.
Yes. What did you think?
Awesome.
No, that's changing. That's changing what I need to do. Oh. Okay. Panic.
The fact that you have less. Oh yeah. I thought the fact that we rolled on the second to last thing on the table would have been a clue that we're down to 1 hour, but I have to admit that's really pretty. Your jungle temple.
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you because
Thank
Guy
you.
doesn't have a temple yet. Guy has a structure, which he is trying to convince us is a temple. But right now he's working on the water anyways, which is very pretty, honestly, too. So at the beginning I was like, guys, you do know that this is also going to be judged on how nice it looks, on just on how pretty your map is in the end, on how aesthetically pleasing, let's put it like that, because also ugly places can be very cool as maps. But right now we are seeing a lot of set dressing and a lot of tidying up and prettying up going on. But still not as much temple work as I would have thought would be done by now after 2 hours' time. With Guy, that's...
Yeah. I know.
I think I'm done with my temple. I think everyone gets the point. So what I need to do now is
give it a name?
Yes.
You're already going into nodes and tokens. Nice. Good.
All right, that's going to help me.
So, and just to remind you, you need a place where nature has taken over. That was the latest challenge. If you have the breeding grounds, the other civilization, and the inhabitant already done on your map, then it's only where nature has taken over. Chat is sometimes really blunt. Till started off really dumb and then improved a ton. Guy did the opposite.
What's that? I didn't...
What? So someone in chat, I'm not going to read out the name, said Till started off really dumb but improved a lot. Guy did the opposite. That is not very nice. Well, but I thought I'd throw it out anyway.
Well, it's true. It's true. I did the opposite. I should be scolded.
You started out with really nice shapes and plans, and it looked really good from the get-go.
Yeah.
But I think you really need some time now to concentrate on making this readable, the map, that people actually understand what they're seeing when they look at it.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree with you.
And putting doors in.
That's what I'm doing now.
Good.
Okay, apparently I have a square there. Don't know what's going on there.
Weird. Didn't think you'd be square.
No. I wonder if that's a... It's not a... Oh, well.
Yeah, at some point when you have such a big map... Oh, it's gone. What did you
there we go.
You highlighted something.
Must have. Right, it's fine.
No one knows what. Okay.
It's fine. All right.
Guy, do you still remember what your first map was that you ever did with DungeonFog? Or is that lost to time, like Tears in the Rain?
Oh, no. The first map that I ever did with DungeonFog is a friend of mine in 1993, 94. So this was really way back.
Wait a moment. 94, you weren't working with DungeonFog.
No, I wasn't. But like all my stories, they take 15 years to tell.
Okay.
He designed a map for a keep, which I absolutely fell in love with. And ever since then, whenever I have got map making software, that is my benchmark. That's my go-to in terms of testing out artwork, testing out map making software and stuff like that. And so I always build that map in whatever the software is. And so I built this keep in DungeonFog to see if it would work or not. And what it did was it broke DungeonFog in those days.
Ouch!
Because it's a multi-leveled map, and I was in South Africa at the time, and I had a terrible internet connection, so yes, it did not go down well on the internet connection.
So you remember the first map that you tried to build with DungeonFog?
Yes. But I used to do a lot of that. I remember I built a Colosseum map that was almost to scale, 200 squares.
Oh, yeah, you printed that and showed that to me. That's right. Insane.
Yeah. So lots of that kind of stuff has happened. Till, do you remember your first DungeonFog map? That's a great question.
Yes, we were playing, by the time we were playing Tomb of Annihilation, Curse of Strahd. And I decided to completely rework the whole Vallaki encounters. I was like, no, Vallaki has to be a battle zone where you have to win over districts. And so I did a giant house where one of the, let's call them warlords, was living. And that's what I did. That was one of the first maps I did with DungeonFog. That was with the final software, because I think I will still can in my sleep rebuild the initial map that I did for the Kickstarter video, because by then, for the prototype, you couldn't undo things. So if you wanted to have a clean flow on the video, you had to do the whole thing in one take. That took me days, I would say.
Oh, wow. Oh, chat says it's fascinating how different the styles are within the same tool using a lot of ready-to-use assets. Yes, it's... actually, you can... Same tool, same old DungeonFog, in some parts even the same assets as with all the cliffs, but you can definitely see the different styles of Guy and Till as map makers coming in. And the different approaches to doing this, to get from a rough idea to a battle-ready map.
So the good news is I'm almost done with decorating. I think.
How is that good news? I just feel like that's news. I think you're just showing off right now.
Neutral news.
Now I need to do all the water, which Guy already did. So now I think I have to just cheat the hell out of it.
Yeah, you see? His own words, cheat.
Which means not doing it pretty.
He's not cheating in the literal sense, because I don't think he's going to whip up a ready-made water layer that he's hidden somewhere.
I can't. It's forbidden.
But we can just we can just watch him try and salvage, because right now it looks very, how do I put this, plasticky. I think it's very plasticky, your water. Well, Guy's water actually looks like water. Very soft.
Yes, don't rub it in my face.
I know, I'm going to rub this in your face.
Yes, I know.
Because I'm also rubbing into Guy's face that... Okay, I'm starting
to see a temple?
I'm starting to see it, maybe a temple compound, but not very orderly temple compound.
Yeah, we are getting there.
And I remember what you said, Guy, about making sure that this reads as a map of tiny people.
Yes.
Right now, I also have to say, Till, I'm not sure. How do people realize that was a temple of tiny people?
Yeah, that's a good question. I will come back to that later.
I think I've already failed. I don't know.
I'm there.
Well.
Yes.
Chat says chaotic good people will not have an orderly temple, which is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Which makes me look at Till's very nice and symmetrical temple again. Is there enough chaos in there? And can you save the tiny people aspect by using tiny assets? We will see. You've got 43 minutes and 33 seconds left.
Okay, no panic.
We're fine. Everything's
fine.
Everything's fine. Yes, everything's on fire.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so that's done. That is not done. I'm claiming my temple is done. It's not done. Why did I say it's done? It's not done. Oh my God.
I see a lot of empty rooms.
Yes, you do. Yes, very much empty rooms. I need to fill this with...
I mean, it looks like some of the oldest temple structures that have been found. I don't know if you know those glutinizing buildings of Çatalhöyük, things like that, with lots of small... You do, yeah, sure. Because everyone who does fantasy maps for a living is going to stumble across Çatalhöyük at some point. But you set you up for a lot of work with all those small rooms that still need something.
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem.
But I can see you're working on something altar-like.
Yes, that is correct. And hopefully it will work.
And I see Till has decided to get his tiny folk a cozy living spot on the beach. Wait, Wait, did you just write it to the map village of the tiny tribe? Okay. Might work. I'm not. It's not for me to decide if this is going to sway the jury into thinking yes, of course. If it says tiny, it has to be tiny.
That's your plan.
Yes, that's my incredible plan.
If it works, it works. Oh, you made you made the writing tinier. It's going to be better. Okay. But well, I don't think there's going to be any big decisions made at this point in time. So what you have, you are going to keep, everyone, right? You're not going to throw anything out or change anything at this point of working on the map?
I don't think so, unless there's something major. But I doubt it.
Ooh. Honestly, that's very pretty, Guy.
It's an idea. Don't know if it's a good one. But... No,
okay. Yeah. The water is getting zhuzhed up with Till.
I'm doing my best. I'm fighting the clock.
Mm-hmm. The clock is fighting back just by existing.
Yes, I know.
But I'm honestly, at the beginning, I thought, well, I think 3 hours might be too little for everything you are trying to do and to cram into this battle. But right now I'm thinking, well, they might actually pull this off. I don't know if everything that has been asked of you is going to be 100% represented, but at least in the end it's going to be 2 really pretty maps. That's for sure. Getting a little bit of surf going on with Till. Nice. Michael in chat says, also your temple is coming along really nicely, Guy. There might be a comeback in the works.
Oh no, I don't want to hear that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I have to say what you're doing with the extra layer on the ground, that makes it look a little bit more ecclesiastical, I want to say.
That was my thinking, so I'm glad you're picking up on that.
Yeah, very nice. And honestly, I think I'd like to vacation on both your islands. Well, not maybe get the exterminator in first on Tills with all the giant spiders. But they're looking nice. So,
how much longer do we have until the final challenge pops in?
8 minutes and 24 seconds.
Oh, why did I ask?
Oh no, there's another challenge. I completely phased out on the fact that we have even one more challenge coming in.
There's another question from Chad. What about lighting in the temple?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Are you going to?
Yes, I am. I actually thought I would be working on lighting already. Mm-hmm. But it looks like I will have to use my last 5 minutes on lighting.
You were going to use your last 30 minutes on getting the last challenge in, I guess.
Yeah, I know. That is like my plan completely collapsed by now. I'm working purely on panic and instinct.
No, good. That's, great things have been done with panic and instinct. I mean, even greater things have been done with planning and calm, but we work with what we have, right? So, beach looks beachier. And do you think that, in the end, asking Till first, that you made the best with the time that you have? So, are you happy with your time versus output?
I think I completely wasted my first hour I think if I listened to myself, to what I was planning, which was sit back, sketch it up, think about it, I wouldn't have spent so much time on. And I don't like what I'm seeing down here. I wouldn't have spent so much time wasting. So now I have to.
Oh my God.
Make up time, and I don't know how actually.
Well, making time is something I don't think modern physics has cracked yet. And I just saw how Guy was scrolling through his asset list. It's just the map lighting up like a Christmas tree. Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding,
this
ding.
is what we call a disaster of significance. Okay, this is. I thought I was working in the right layer, and I'm not. So now, I have no idea. I have no idea now. What
You don't know what you're doing. In the end, it'll be okay, I guess. And you, as always, you guys, you have to compare yourself to people, to normal people working with something like this. And me, I wouldn't get anything as pretty as this. I'm happy if I manage to get the doors all stuck where they are supposed to go. So I'm just relaxing here and looking at what you do and saying, oh, this is really nice.
Well, that's very kind of you to say that.
Thank you very much.
I'm a kind person. Honestly, I'm not. So I'm just. This is really just this looks good, objectively. And so, I just like to look at pretty things. Call me shallow.
Like my water at the moment because I did the wrong thing.
I can't see how you did the wrong thing. Your water looks good.
Yeah, for now, but it would look better if I had done it correctly before. I'm just trying to finish this up because I know I'm going to run out of time. There's no question. It's not even a thought anymore.
Yeah, I'm ignoring all. I'm ignoring everything that I should not do, and I'm just hacking away. Okay, I think I can live with that. So.
Okay. Yeah, take a deep breath. 4 more minutes until the last roll on the random table.
Which is going to.
Is it the last roll on the random table?
Obliterate everything.
Oh my God, it's the last roll on the random table.
Yes.
I thought we still had another roll left.
One more.
I was panicking.
One more, and then that's it. I can kind of guess, Guy, where you have left space on your island for the last thing.
Is it obvious?
It's pretty obvious. I don't know if Till has thought about where to put whatever he still has to put into the map.
No.
You do.
Again, I think it's going to destroy whatever I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. The last one is going to be my demise,
Your demise. You're trying to... Ooh. You're burning down your peach. I'm not sure what you're doing. So you're starting out on lighting right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But I feel like I don't have enough time to really get a feeling for it. So I will do my best.
And bash something together?
Yes, and bash something together.
Okay, we'll see. Guy is still working away on his water. You're obsessed with your water effects.
I am, but I like to do them so that they look good. I've got one last thing to do with water effects, and then I'm done with my water for now.
I don't believe you.
No, I don't believe
I believe that I'm going to check on you in 10 minutes and you're still working on the water again.
It's just this. It's just one last thing. Just one more thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at your one last thing. Interesting. And
Yeah. It's a disaster, I know, but just
right now doesn't look that good.
No, not at all. It's not meant to, not yet, anyway. It's in the wrong place. This is the disaster. They were all supposed to be in that one there. So I don't understand how they weren't, but anyway. And now, there is our water.
Okay.
But now I need to do something quickly because then that's done, and then that's done, and then I just need to fill in the huts, and then whatever the hell this last challenge is. I'm not going to finish. I'm not going to finish. It's not going to happen. I can see it.
Are you then going to pretend that everything worked out like you wanted to? Or
Yes,
are
of course, I'm a
to...
GM. Of course it worked out exactly how I planned it.
Okay. Probably doing something wrong then, because usually in the after talk I always say what went wrong or what went different. Then.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
But
I mean,
while the game is running, poker face time.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Good. So, do you still have in the back of your mind how the story will work? What people will actually do here and what they will encounter, or is this kind of on the back burner while water is more important?
Yeah, I have a bit of a story in my head, but it's not the primary concern at the moment.
Okay, I get it. Did this nice thing. Oh, ding, 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 by the way.
What?
Oh, no.
No, you said we
Okay.
still had... You can't change your mind halfway through.
No, just time moves, Guy. It keeps
No, it doesn't.
moving.
It's
it does.
secret.
Please go to your solo camera.
Oh, no.
Okay, one last roll on the random table.
This is going to be
This is going to be fun, guys.
terrible. Oh.
Can it just be...
With the sophisticated traps.
9. No, there's no ways. A sophisticated trap.
Okay. You know, if we re-roll, you are losing time. You can say we're going to stick with it and work on it. But if you want to...
I'm happy.
You're happy?
I'm happy to, yes.
You're happy? Good.
But chat might not be happy.
I was about to say something very detrimental to my voting options in the near future.
Good. Then let's take a look at the timer while the two guys... This is weird. While Guy and the other guy, who's called Till, are going to go back to their split screen.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. Okay, 28 minutes, 36 seconds left. So, Till seems pretty relaxed, lighting his cave with nice, colorful mood lighting. Guy has started to put acids into his dozens of tiny, tiny rooms. But I don't see any traps, so...
Nope.
Is it an option to just drop one of the 5 things that we wrote and hope that the other one is not working on it either? Or what's happening?
Well, I have to say, that's what I'm doing.
Chet says, well, Guy has a large empty place to put traps into.
Yeah, great. Look at that saving.
It's good that you kept a lot of open space for that last row. I'm very sorry that it didn't work out that way.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that's fine.
27 minutes. Where are you going to cut corners?
Yes.
Yes, everywhere. Okay, let's keep Guy working for a moment while we zero in on Till. Till, if you would go into the visit mode for a second, we're just going to look at what you're doing.
I'm working my trap in. I'm doing my best to work my trap in. I have decided to
sophisticated traps. There's an S in there.
Yes, of
so
course. It's a variety of traps.
Very good.
I decided to skip my lighting for just meeting all random challenges, because I think that will be very crucial when it comes to voting. So yes, I'm doing that.
Okay. What kind of trap is this going to be?
Guys not hearing me, right? Okay, so
he shouldn't be able to, yes.
Okay. So the thing is, I have this long corridor, and I was always unhappy with that, because it's just boring. Why walk down a long corridor and nothing is happening? So what I'm going to do is...
I do that every day. I mean, I think it's a very normal thing to walk down a corridor and not be attacked. But...
Yeah, but isn't that boring? I mean, think about the excitement if everything would jump you when you walk down.
Oh, yes, excitement. Okay.
So here's going to be a secret tunnel. Actually, that is the only way to avoid the traps that are here. Because now I'm going to make a lot of different traps, every section in the tunnel, that you can only avoid if you find the secret. And I'm going to, let me just quickly make it like that. If you find the secret passages, otherwise you will be in for some trouble, because we are going to, and luckily there are traps in DungeonFog.
Ready-made traps. Very nice.
Yes. If I only remembered where I put them, but I will find them. Probably under T, yes. So why not add there a lava pit?
Is that a serious question?
No, I think lava is probably stupid. So we're going to do acid instead.
Okay, I was just gonna say then your desert island also needs to be a volcanic island, or someone has to have thrown some magic around. But
Exactly.
acid is always nice. Either you kill people or you turn them into mad, superpowered monsters. So both are fine.
Now let's put that here. And we definitely need a light for that. I mean, I'm putting, oh, sorry, this is spider webs. I need to find my light source, which, let's just grab that one. I'm lighting it here just for the audience, because it is going to be trapped, which means it's invisible. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a combination. That means that we have saw traps here and there. And if you want to take a leap and jump over it, you will have to deal with saws. And I'm marking them as trapped. So if you're playing on that, your players wouldn't see that until you activate it.
If you play in DungeonFog.
Yes, or if you would print it, you could define that you do not want to show them on the printed map, or if you export it, for example, to Foundry.
Okay.
But now I need to work on my light sources, because it's looking stupid down here.
So you're basically already done with the traps.
Yes,
no, you're giving the sandworms some mood lighting.
I'm giving the sandworms some mood lighting, and I'm giving this area down here. I should have started to lock stuff.
Okay. Good. We're gonna let you work till. Guy, if you can hear me, please go to your visit screen. 22 minutes, 36 seconds left.
Have we got more time than that? I mean, we don't need more time than that. We can finish up shortly.
Well, the rules say that's the time you have, and that's it. Well, I can make new rules, but I think it's more than enough. Honestly, I don't. But it's fun to watch you scramble. So we're just going to keep to the schedule as is. And you're throwing a lot of things on the map, okay? Someone has set up a little camp there.
Yep. So,
normal-sized people?
Normal-sized people. It's not going to be as effective as I had hoped, but I think it's going to give me a little bit of the scale that I need to show that there are small people on this island. Because I think that might be something that Till is going to struggle with. I'm hoping. So by doing it this way, I think you get to see this small temple, and then these large props and things with these old boats, these little Lilliputian boats. Now, we didn't say that the people were dead that are currently inhabiting it.
That's open to interpretation if they're still actually living there.
Exactly. So now I just need to throw down some traps. And I think the easiest trap is if I go...
It has to be sophisticated. It has to be several sophisticated traps.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm just reminding you.
Now I've gone blank. I had a plan. DungeonFog does have some basic built-in traps, but they're not amazing.
I'm gonna tell Till.
Well, it's like pit of spikes, and you're like, okay, how is that a sophisticated trap? That's lying. Okay. Right. Okay. I have a plan. Clockwork.
We might redefine sophisticated, but usually, I think a pit of spikes that opens up under you is sophisticated enough to get me. So.
No, we've got these great tools. We might as well use them, and we still have a bit of time, right?
You still have 19 minutes and 55 seconds left.
Yeah, but I've still got to do my lighting. Okay, so there is a base. It says a sophisticated trap, so like a trap that drinks martinis that are shaken and not stirred. I can get away with that, right?
Oh, maybe a trap that can hold a conversation about Kantian philosophy for more than 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, something like that, for example.
Okay, well, I think your trap might have problems with that because I don't see either a tuxedo or any ability to read dusty, problematic German philosophers. But it looks like it's going to shoot bolts at people, and that's fine. That's all it needs to do.
Yeah, but now I just get a bolt loaded in there. I think that'll work. And then I need a chain, and the chain comes from Wastelands.
Just to throw you off, may I ask you if you've done the nature has taken over part?
Yes, I have done a little bit of that. I don't think it's going to be enough necessarily, but I suppose that depends on the people who vote, because I didn't give myself enough space here.
Because you only did a little bit of nature takes over and not the full.
So it depends on your interpretation, and I'm not trying to weasel out of it. Mm-hmm. But I have done some ruin, the walls are starting to crumble, so I think I've done some nature takes over. Well, it's decay, I guess, and some sand taking over here. I don't know. I mean, it's a factor of what do you...
Yeah, the jury will decide, I guess. If that is as good as what Till's done. Reminds me, I should be asking Till. Okay, Till, everyone, if you would go back to your split screen. Well, no, that was the wrong one. 17 minutes, 20 seconds. Everyone is back to split screen. Mm-hmm. There we are. Till, I've just been talking with Guy about how he did his nature takes over. Have you integrated nature takes over?
Yes, look at my beautiful temple. It is completely encompassed by nature.
Okay, fair enough. And I'm not sure what you're placing right now, but you're still
I'm
decorating away.
I'm decorating away, adding lighting, making sure that I have everything I need, and I realized that I did some mistakes, which I'm going to quickly solve now.
Someone just entered chat. Oh my god, is this the map making contest? I may have found the most perfect place on the planet. Yes, welcome to the Map Battle Madness by DungeonFog, where Till, CEO and one of the founders of DungeonFog, is working against the challenger guy from How to Be a GreatGM, who also makes maps with DungeonFog for a living. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to work out in the end. And Till right now is taking a really big brush. I hope this is going to end up well for your island.
I don't know, but...
Did you just cover everything in sand?
I just fixed the problem that I completely ignored, and it was just one thing to do.
Okay. May I tell you that your island now has really nice lighting, like it is evening, and there's just a few lights on the beach, but the sea looks like it's noon.
Yes, I know. So this is actually quite easy to solve because we're just making the sea a little bit darker. I don't need room stat, but that should actually work. And we're going to add light sources to that too. But now I want to, because I want to be thorough. So we are going to add a little description. Where can I put it? I think I can put it here.
Do we get score for descriptions? Because in that case, you win right now.
No, you can use descriptions, but you don't have to.
Good.
And I can see Guy is working the bloodstain.
Yeah, well, it's that time of day.
4 bloodstains everywhere. Nice. Hello, LD3D. We're being raided. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the last 14 minutes and 20 seconds of the Map Battle Madness. Guy and Till have been working on their maps, which are based on randomly generated, assets and bits and pieces for 2 hours and 46 minutes now. And so we're in the last phase. Everyone's decorating. Guy is throwing around lots of big splotches and dirt on his island, while Till is working on descriptions and lighting. And as you can see, they have gone with very different interpretations of the theme and with very different ways to what is more important and what they want to spend most of the time on. And Guy has made a really nice waterscape. It is now scrambling to get dozens of tiny rooms of a temple structure filled, while Till has a very tastefully lit temple and underground situation. But the lighting of the island and the sea is... it's something still off. That's all I'm going to say. Chat says, Guy is throwing dirt. Seems legit. Yes, that's what Guy is doing. He's throwing dirt around on his island because everything looks better if you've got a little bit of splotches and little things that break up the acids. Because as you can see now that Till has taken away his upper layers, there was repeated patterns. They're highly unnatural because they are. And you have to use all the tricks that you can get your hands on to make it look
it's tough.
Okay. Guy is placing light sources everywhere.
Pretty much. I can hear my computer is busy having fun with that.
Oh, I hope it's not going into cardiac arrest before you finish the map. That would be a pity.
Ah, you see, that's me. I can't hide.
Aldi3D says, by the way, Guy, thanks for your great words of support when we saw you at the expo. So, seems like you've made someone's day better when they talk to you. It's always really
nice.
good to hear. Okay.
To hear, yeah.
Okay. Everything's coming together. I'm not quite sure if it's coming together nicely, but it's coming together, everyone.
There's something weird going on with the lighting.
Yeah, it's not lighting the room that you've hidden under sand is blocking the lighting.
No, the rooms are not going back to their original light colors. Oh well.
Question from chat. Did you remember to hit save?
Yes, now.
Very good. So, chat, what do you think? Are those maps nearly complete? Is everyone going to finish this up in those last 10.5 minutes to a point where everything works? Or what's going on? Do you like what you're seeing so far? Because honestly, I like most how stressed out they are right now, because if I see people being stressed, I'm relaxing myself.
It's terrible.
You're doing good. You know, as I said, comparing yourself to people who are not professionally working with DungeonFog might be balm for your soul, because this is everything is actually really nice. We're just nitpicking at this point. Okay, ding 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 ding. We are at 10 minutes till finishing this. So.
Oh no! It's the
Finish them!
finish them.
Fatality!
What you didn't know is, at this moment, we're going to switch from map making to actually fisticuffs.
Bring it at this point.
You'd rather go boxing with Till. Oh, good question. Who would win? I think Guy has reach, but Till is.
I have protection. I have lots of mass behind me. Oh, I hate these lights. They're not working.
Yeah, I know. I have the same pain. Don't worry, Guy. It's like I've spent so much time on the map that I don't have time to really pay attention to lighting, and it's terrible.
Well, right now, Guy's Island looks a little bit like someone is. There's so many lines with shadows cast with so many different light sources.
That's my problem. Is I can't. You know what? In this instance.
Chat didn't say too much about whether they think you're going to make it, but I think basically they say you're going to be fine. Well, in the end, it's just the two of you competing, so the one who does slightly better than the other one is going to win. It's not that you need to pass a mark to, I don't know, get your PhD in map making or whatever we're looking for.
I think as long as the viewers have fun, it was already a win.
Okay then, viewers. Are you having fun? Tell us. Are you having fun too?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I'm past the desperation.
You're past desperation. You already hit acceptance. That is nice. I don't know. I think Guy might still be at the bargaining phase. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah. No, idiot.
Are you talking to me?
No, definitely not. No. No.
Okay, so we're in the phase where you're angry with yourself.
Oh, we're in the phase where I just want to go home and cry.
Most of the chat says yes, they have fun. One person says fun. Map making is a sport of great seriousness. Yes, we have to take this seriously.
All right. How much time do we have left?
6 minutes and 37 seconds.
All right.
I'm going to count you down for the last minute or something, so you know where you are. Unless I forget about it, because I'm trying to see what you're doing with your maps. Honestly, I'm like with a dog with a squirrel. If I see something pretty, I'm just going to, oh, and then only 5 minutes later I remember what I was supposed to be doing as a host here. And chat, by the way, says, watching the two of the Mháire is the actual winner. Okay. So everyone's going awfully quiet, ducking out of camera.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I think it's cute. Very highly concentrated. Trying to find the last few things they can do to somehow get a little bit prettier, a little bit better. Night has fallen over Guy's Island.
Yep, when in doubt, put it in shadow. If they can't see what's going on, then they can't judge it badly.
They can't judge it well either if they can't see what's going on.
Yeah, well then, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've also, like, the water part, the lighting on the water part is terrible. And I'm not sure if I can fix it in time.
Maybe you should just make it this part of the story of the map that something is really wrong with the water.
The water is glowing weirdly.
5 minutes left.
Oh, great.
Oh, we should have prepared a jingle or something. Something not running in the background. Anxiety music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, come on. How is this prop? Just die, prop. I don't care anymore.
Okay, Guy is already threatening props with death. I don't know, is there any way... Are props ever going to get retired from DungeonFog Till?
Maybe now, because maybe they're scared now.
That was a curious sound. I mean, I'm not sure whether it was I found something good sound or, oh gosh,
yes,
something's very wrong
let's
sound.
try something weird and see what it does. And I think it sucks balls, so we're not doing that.
Okay. So
Sorry.
we're at the stage where you just try everything. Oh, this is your channel, Till. You can cuss as much as you want. I don't know. Have you marked this as an 18 plus?
I can't remember what I initially wanted to do. Oh no. Oh right, I remember back.
Okay. So I think chat is enjoying. They are enjoying themselves. Doing stupid puns, the wheel props will get retired. Thank you very much. I needed that right now. And Michael asks, do they have to sign their names in terrain for their map to count? We're not talking about Slati Bartfas or anyone else from Margratea putting their names down onto the planets they're working on. It would be cute. Oh, I see. Till is adding some dangerous...
He is doing all he can to
stones.
cover up that his lighting sucks at that area.
Okay. So these are cover-up props. Okay. 2 minutes, 23 seconds. These are the very last moments. If you want to do any lighting, any tricks, anything that you've hidden for the last very seconds, now it's time to use that. Tiebreaker idea. You have 10 minutes to swap and enhance your opponent's map. That would be funny, but maybe a little bit much to
I just
introduce
delete
it now.
everything. It's like, look, it's better.
Okay.
Is there any way to count how many props you've used in your map, Till?
No.
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 And even if there were, you'd now say no.
I wouldn't want to know it. No, I think honestly, I don't. I mean, 1 minute 30. I think I would just now watch Guy as he tries to finish it.
So you think you're finished, Till?
Yes, I think I'm finished. I don't know what I could do in 1.5 minutes to enhance this drastically, but I will try because it would be stupid to stop beforehand.
Okay. 1 minute left, Guy. With each passing second, the voice becomes higher. Okay. Chat writes, you really don't want to move the light source on down left, Till.
Down
They're
left.
just trying to mess with you, I think.
Yes, they are. Of course they are.
And
Because
and Botisaurus is screaming at you, add a filter, Till, dang it!
thank you.
You have 22 seconds left. 20 seconds.
If you don't use your own tools.
15 seconds. 14,
Oh, no,
13,
I'm-
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Just clicked on
5,
some
4,
filter.
3, 2, 1. We're done. Time is up.
Oh my God!
Da-da-da-da.
Oh,
Okay, everyone.
Guy, press save. Make sure you press save.
Yes, I have saved already.
Stay on the map, maybe, because I think
Okay, yes.
I need to go to the bathroom, and if I come back with water in my eyes, it's because I've freshened my face. It has nothing to do
Okay.
with tears. I was just
Yeah,
very
can I also
specifically.
have a quick bathroom break? It's
Yes. You go have a bathroom break, and you know what? I'm going to have the people watch the
also, I think you can
the
also,
animation again.
You can also announce where they can start vote. I think that is ready too.
Okay, voting is ready. So let's send you into this.
Over there!
We can't let him get away!
Too late, fool! You will not escape! Us? What in the name of... Gary?
I'm sorry, okay? I hadn't prepped this part of the dungeon yet. I haven't had the time.
But you don't suffer from this, do you? For more than 2 years, you've helped us to enhance our tools, grow our map libraries, and given us a warm welcome in the community of map makers and game masters. We are honored to be part of this community, and all we can say is thank you.
Okay, everyone. Time is up, and voting should already be possible. So you can go. I see the mods have already dropped the link into the chat. So go to DungeonFog.com/mapbattlemadness, and there you will find both the maps and the finished state, and then you can vote. And there's a few categories you have to vote in, whether they actually met the criteria of the map as we determined them by rolling on the tables, how pretty it is, how playable it is, you are going to see. So if you want to do that, you can head over there right now, but it's going to be open for a few days. As I said, we are going to be crowning the winner on the 30th. So you have a week to decide which one of these are your favorites. Okay, I can see, spying with my little eye, I can see that Till and Guy are actually back from their break. So if you go into your solo mode, please, guys. So, how do you feel? Okay, Till?
Should I start first? Well, okay. When we were discussing of how much time do we give ourselves for map making, and we said, okay, it's impossible to do this within 1 or 2 hours, so we need 3 hours for that. I was quite confident that we will both be ending up in doing all the little details. I was expecting that the random challenges throw us off. But for my part, I really feel like I have, because of wrapping your head around, when you work in the map, it's great. It starts to, you start to process what you want to do. But I completely lost the first hour. So I think the map that you're looking at is a map worth of 2 hours working instead of the 3 hours, because I just completely lost my first hour.
So you think you should have just decided something right at the beginning and just worked with that instead of...
It would have, if we had only 2 hours, you would see a map worth of 1 hour, because I think it's unavoidable with the stress and you want to do this, you want to win this, so you're putting yourself under a lot of pressure. And that means that you're losing. I don't know, Guy, I predicted that you have it easier than me because you are a long experienced game master. So having random things thrown at you doesn't tip you off. So how was your experience with it?
To be absolutely honest with you, the thing that threw me out the most was the tiny component. Mm-hmm. That broke everything in my head. Because if it had been orcs or elves or dwarves, that doesn't require me to think outside the box in terms of structural design. But because it was tiny, it's like, how am I going to show this in a way that kind of makes sense? And because that for me was the biggest thing to fulfill, is those first 4 criterion. I had to try and get those right. And yes, the additional things, that wasn't too much of a problem. I didn't have too much issue with that. I had demarcated spaces on my map to add those things in, and I think I've got all of those things in, except maybe for the traps. I have 2 traps in there that are clockwork based lever triggered crossbows. And that was desperation. But everybody saw that I was struggling to get my temple right. And in the end, I'm happy with it, because when you look at the map as a whole, you realize there's a lot of history buried into the sand. And there is a temple there. It doesn't have as much shape. And I cheated at the end because I got lucky with that nature has overtaken. Yeah. Because I don't actually have any rooms in my temple. Each room it's 4 rooms, and that's it. Ordinarily, there should be corridors and things connecting it. But with the nature has taken over, I could then just put in some broken walls and go, well, there would have been a complicated temple here, but it got destroyed because the challenge said it got destroyed. So that was easier for me. And then at the very final moment, when that trap thing came out, I realized how I could make the whole map look smaller than it already is. And I think I've achieved that.
I'd say let's take a look at that. So, Guy, if you go into your visit mode.
I haven't really seen your map, so I'm really curious.
Yes, now we're going to show it to you too. So this is night mode map. Okay, so let's get, we can see it's an island, and it's a desert island because you stuck with a classical desert theme. The Martha Island.
Yes,
the Marha Island.
Marha Island. Yes.
That's better. I had flashbacks to a bad DC film. Okay.
So there's something weird going on with my display at the moment. My walls have all gone black. on my display window. They shouldn't be.
Chat asks if you can turn off the grid because they think that would be much prettier.
Sure.
See, okay. Oh yes, smooth. So, desert island.
Yes.
And we've got a temple, and your interpretation is this whole structure with the round rooms and the smaller rooms.
Yes.
This whole thing is a temple.
The temple is in a constellation shape to indicate that there is a religious activity going on, and then we've got this glowing anvil, and we have inside the temple, we have these 4 statues that are the same. Because it's chaotic good, I went with sort of neutral statues, emotionally neutral statues. This whirlpool thing originally would have had some kind of religious significance to the whole thing. And then I had the little people because I might have got a lot of confused things going on here because we had inhabited by somebody else. And then we had a previous civilization was here as well as the tiny people.
Yes.
So I put the tiny people in, and you can see I really didn't spend a lot of time on the tiny people's decorations of their chambers and things. I would have liked to have done that. I used some freehand props just to make it look more like a little bit of a village thing going on, to try and fill that up a little bit. And to give them the sense that there's this fishing going on down here. And then juxtapose that on this side of the island with this side of the island where I have the campsite of whomever is living here now with my multiple clockwork traps.
So put another faction in there so that your Kraken is no longer someone else lives here.
Well, this isn't a live here. This is a temporary pirates hangout type of thing. They've set up a little tent. They're obviously storing some contraband here. They've got some protection that's automated. So it's kind of like a trap, I guess. But I needed them to be here just to show scale so that you could see the rest of the places. Actually, those hammocks are really tiny. And those barrels and things are really tiny in comparison to the pirate barrels and things. I think there's only so much you can do to give context in terms of that. And then for the previous civilization, that's where we get these stone walls and these old broken sort of things happening here at that end, and then down at this end as well. And that was a mistake as well on my behalf, because I knew that my tiny people were going to have round structures. And then I made these towers round as well. And I was like, well, hang on a moment. That's not going to show a different civilization. That's going to show the same civilization that's just built on top of old ruins. And in retrospect, if I could change one thing, I would make all these little tiny rectangles. I would make them tiny little circles, but it just takes so long to make circles. And I didn't think to make a template. Then we had breeding grounds. So I have some breeding grounds down here. On this little island, we've got some nests with some eggs that have been laid by something. We're not sure what exactly. I wanted to put a turtle in here, but I just ran out of time. I absolutely just ran out of time.
And turtles.
And turtles. But I think I kind of got my water effect working quite well. Obviously, it doesn't work so well during the night as it does during the day, but it's working better. And then for the foreign inhabitant, and to make this a more interesting map, I go underground. Let me get rid of this grid again. And we're into the aquatic ocean part. Now, obviously, this white or this sort of limestone area is not accessible by the players, but there we have our new resident who's taken up in the original well, and we can see there's a little bit more to it. And there's a passageway that the player characters can get in and swim.
And I don't think he can get out that way, but he can grab with his tentacles out of yeah, and he can grab upwards through the well, right?
Correct. Ooh, but nice. I must admit, I was very happy with this water effect. You can see here it's working quite well, and it's funny whenever people dive into the ocean, even at night in films. it's always somehow light in the water as opposed to the pitch black inkiness, which we know it to be. So that's why there's a bit of a lighting sort of discrepancy. I would have loved to have spent more time down here just to add in more details. I mean, I've got some shells and some coral in there, but I really wanted to spend more time in here. There's a sort of a sunken head and that sort of thing. So, yeah, that is my two maps, or my map, I should say.
So, what do you reckon your chances are to beat Till with this map?
My chances against this map, you're asking me?
No, I'm asking Guy whether he thinks this is a winning map. We're going to pick on your map next.
In 3 hours, I'm not unhappy with it. I think that there's a vast amount of stuff. If I had another hour, I could tweak this to being a map that I would be happy to show to my players. At the moment, I wouldn't share this with my players. It's just not there yet. In terms of Till, I haven't really seen Till's map completely. I've occasionally kind of seen it on the screen flashing up, but when you're in the process of making your map in DungeonFog, it always looks dodgy until that last sweet moment when you put down a light or you trigger an effect and it just brings the whole map together. So in terms of beating Till, he knows his program, he knows his shortcuts, he's gone for a big map. And I know that you kept telling me that he was building his temple and, he's got all of these rooms and this and that and the next thing.
Well, you've got more rooms than he does. Yours.
Yeah, but empty.
It escalated quickly.
Yeah, rectangles. I don't know.
Okay.
I think I have to say I'm not unhappy with this map. So I'm going to say, unless he's done something really amazing, I might have this one in the back.
Okay. Good. Then Till, please go to your visit mode. So, this is Till's tropical island of tiny people.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
So what's going on here?
Okay, I think the first thing that really messed with everything that I had kind of planned, because I was making up my mind. I was like, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And I know that Guy is so amazing with water. That I was like, I really hope for something underground because I'm good at underground constructions like caves and things like that. But when the island came up, I was like, oh shit, I have to do an island. And I don't know if it is going to save me or if it's going to condemn me, but I was hoping that by bringing in a story that you can follow along and something that is kind of a narrated map might help. So what I did was I created this island that is that has this ancient pyramid ruin on it, and a newer taken by nature temple built or even adapted by the tiny folk, where they can worship their animal spirits. And
could you zoom in on the temple? Because I think you, other than Guy, you decided that the temple was the main thing to work on and to start with.
It was. If you remember, I said it's easier. I completely skipped my first approach where I was like, I need to start with the island. Then I said, no, I need to start with the temple. And I'm picturing this a little bit like a Mayan temple thing, where you have the cat spirits, the turtle spirit, the crocodile spirit, and the ape spirits, which is kind of a very nature connected. I didn't pick any creatures that would be considered as naturally evil, so they should be something like
chaotic good,
right? And yeah, and then I tried to build a little story around that, where you can place a tribute, whatever that is, in front of the altar, which activates the animal spirit in the basement, which means that if you land on the village, if you land on the island, you can see that there is a village of tiny people. And
I don't know if that's cheating to actually call it the village of the tiny tribe, but go ahead.
Well, the rooftops are tiny, so this must be tiny huts. So, well, there you go. Okay, I'm cheating, I know. Following along, you will then go to this ancient pyramid that you can then enter, which is kind of this. The idea is that it slopes upward a little bit, so that you have this pyramid on the cliff, on the high cliff, and the island on the lower section. And when you go down, you can then see that you have this entrance where the sandworms, something else is living there. So what was it called? Someone else is living there. So there is this pit, a quicksand pit that is inhabited by sandworms. Then you have
why not?
Because why not? Exactly.
Then you have elaborate traps.
Then I have elaborate traps, which are kind of trying to prevent players from jumping over the acid pit or pushing them back or whatsoever. So the only way to avoid it is to have a secret tunnel that leads around that. If I had more time, I would probably start to add mosaics here where you can read and go through the hieroglyphs and identify that there is a way or a warning or whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Then we have the sand spiders who have infested the temple. They are living here. So if the players are like, oh, we've done it, they're like, oh no, now we have to fight spiders. And then finally they go to the ritual chamber where the ghost of this spirit animal is there. And whatever they need to do, I think that is always up to the game master. Either they have to fight it or they have to receive a gift from the animal spirit. So I was very much focused on having a full story in this map, which was nerve-wracking because it meant that I had to keep all the random challenges in place for having all of that being worked into the map. And I think...
Well, it did work out well that you had this long tunnel where you could put your traps in.
But again, the second you're working on the map and you get the feeling of how the map works, it's easy to add stuff. It's really hard to start though.
Okay. So if both of you go to your solo look, we are going to finish this up. I guess you're happy to call it a day. You've done it. You've finished your maps. At least you are done with them. Let's put it like that. As Till said, we're 1 more hour, and whereas Guy said 1 more hour, and he could have really gotten this to perfection. But the chat is clapping. The chat is happy with what you did. So everyone, you can already go over to dungeonfog.com/battlemadness if you want to vote on these two maps. Take a good look at them, look at the different layers, look at what Guy and Till have done and how they've incorporated all these ideas. And, well, that's how it is. How do you feel now, having seen the map of the other one?
It's as I predicted. Guy is so strong when it comes to mixing textures and assets to create great looks. For those of you who've already started voting, you know that you can vote on different sections. I barely see that I can win the aesthetics section, but I hope I can win the other ones. So,
well,
I have to say, Till, your map is, I think it is a very technically good map. In terms, and I don't mean that as a derogatory mean. What I mean is that you know how to use the software. So your temple, the whole idea of the process of how they worship and the way that you use the shape tools to create that geometry, I think is amazing. And I wish I had that ability to do that, because I think you did that absolutely well. And you're watching your map and you're going, yes, this makes sense, that makes sense. But in the other categories, well, I think you kind of go, yeah, it's technically good, but is that story really? Is it? Anyway, I think for
we
what
will
it is,
see. It's now up to you guys to decide which of us is the better map maker.
I think at this point we're all too tired for actual smack talk. So this was a fight over 6 rounds, 3 hours. Every half hour something new was thrown in. And in the end, I think this is going to be a very tough decision for everyone who's voting now. And in a week's time, on the 30th, we are going to unveil who is going to be the Grand Master of the map Battle Madness. So for now, I bid you good night, everyone. Guy, till it's time to say goodbye, to get a good drink and get some rest. And then we're going to see. It was great fun, everyone.
Thank you all. Mháire, thank you very much. You did an amazing job as our referee. Yes, it was.
Just keep talking.
No, but your transitions, jumping here, asking questions, keeping everyone entertained. Thank you. You're wrong.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I had a lot of fun, and I've learned a lot again. We're considering about map making, which I can work into what I'm doing with those maps, and looking forward to implementing this and hopefully not forget it until next time. And, do I get to vote too? Am I allowed to?
Sure you do.
Yes.
Depends on if you vote for the right person or not.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to vote for the right person. Of course I am. Okay, everyone, good night. I'm going to keep for a few minutes to keep this running, just to show you the link again and to remind you where to go. And then in 5 minutes or so, it's good nighty night even for the stream. But we are now off, everyone. Bye, and see you in a week.
Bye.